There's no place for that in this game. There's no place for that in sim racing. If you're having a bad day, suck it up, get back to the pits, get yourself sorted, compose yourself, get back on the track. That's all I ask of you guys. Keep it professional all the time. We have a huge audience watching us today. Good luck. Keep it safe, guys. Thank you.
Cool. And that then concludes driver's brief. If anybody has a question, please feel free to raise a ticket. I don't think I'm taking part in the qualifying session, the first qualifying session, so I might be available afterwards. But yeah, let's go and have some fun.
Yo. That's it.
So nou wag ons vir die servers om op te pop.
Good luck to the lady and the gentleman, yeah?
Good luck to everyone.
And Elaine. Good luck to Elaine also.
No, watch, Elaine's gonna thrash us
Elaine's
today.
the only lady, unless it's ladies.
No,
The lady and the gentleman.
I'm sure that Gavin counts the lady.
Yeah, I'm wearing a towel at the moment. That's a bit too much.
Lucky guys. Just do your best. Don't worry. Don't stress.
Yeah, good luck everyone.
No, this is gonna be
9-hour
fun.
race.
Yeah.
9-hour race. Your quali position is important, but not
That's
in
important.
sprints.
It's 30% of your race.
Yeah.
The other
so
70% you're going to make up over the next 9 hours just by having a clean start and a good few laps, and then just being consistent and keeping it on the black stuff.
But I'm sure guys, there's certain guys in the Silver Cup that are gonna all of a sudden pull out some pace. So.
Oh yeah. Gonna
There
dominate.
were a few sandbaggers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's great that there's classes. That means you've got your own race to race. So
Yeah.
you know, even if you're being lapped and stuff by the aliens, don't stress about it. You've got your own race to race.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we've all done this 100 times in race face, so we know exactly what to do. Just treat it as such, I think.
That's it.
Most definitely.
But you guys must watch the Super Bowl. It's we did the Super Bowl in February with
the 24 hours.
CI.
Jy stream link though.
Ja, dis op die WhatsApp groep.
Is op die WhatsApp groep. Okay, het ek gou gaan soek. Ekskuus, ek het hom dalk net gemis.
Yeah, see the Kyalami
there you
stream
go.
starting in
Yes.
20 minutes.
Okay. Arno, jy's reg, jy's nommer 1, né?
Ja, hoop
Jy's
so.
in die eerste sessie, ek is in die tweede sessie en dan Tine sal ons join vir die derde sessie, ek is seker.
Ek manage om dit geswap te kry.
Ja, hy het gemanage om dit geswap te kry. Ek het die boodskap gesien, hy skuld die admin 'n bier.
Dis die minste wat hy kan doen.
Ja, sure. En ek vra hom al 'n week lank, het jy al jou goed uitgesort dat ons reg is want jy werk? Wie's 1, wie's 2, wie's 3?
Hence my comment vanoggend. It's been on there for more than 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Good luck everyone.
Yeah, good luck. So they're gonna call it Virtual Kyalami Qualifying Session 1, Session 2, Session 3.
We don't know. Let's have a look. 9HR. I think it was Kyalami 9HR. If you search for that, you should find it.
I think it's the same as last
just
time,
virtual.
but they said that the servers will go up. Well, I think server 1 will go up in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes, yeah.
In 5
So just
past
search
and,
for virtual.
and 20 past.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the first session and then I'm just going to switch off my YouTube for the second session because I don't want to see myself 20 seconds behind myself on my second screen. That's usually a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep
Elaine,
it
are you
open and
ready?
rewind, but yeah.
Nervous, but I'm ready.
No, don't be nervous, you'll be
Don't
fine.
be. You've got this. You've got this. Like I said earlier, it's the same as race face. You've done this 100 times.
She's
And
only
just-
done it about 10 times.
Well, okay.
But I do know Kyalami really well, though.
But she knows Kyalami very well, so let's...
Okay,
And-
but then
and listen, you-
there's your plus point.
Elaine,
You've done
you-
this before,
Yeah.
just do
Yeah.
it again.
You're quicker than the Scribantis who race GT3s in real life. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
Exactly. So, don't worry.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
Oor is Alan nou weer aan die gang?
I was a bit blonde and accidentally deafened myself in the first few seconds of the
No, you didn't miss much.
briefing. Did they say anything important?
No,
No.
don't crash.
All women get a 2-lap advantage.
You must be careful saying that. Like next thing Elaine rocks up and she's
Why do you think I'm wearing a skirt?
I'm telling you, next thing she's like Sophia Florsch or something. She smashes everyone.
Next should be in Smith.
I only realized this like in the last 2 weeks because I follow Sophia Flush on YouTube, her channel. But I only realized that it was her that was in that hectic Formula 3 crash last year with at Macau.
I think it was, yeah. But she's
That was her.
yeah,
That was her.
she come back strong. Eh? Like I watched pretty much all the DTM stuff. I thought she was rapid in the DTM, and then I thought she did well at Le Mans as well. She's very fast.
Yeah, she had a bit of cuck in Lamash. She also was involved there in a
Big one.
quite a hectic
Yeah,
show too.
big one, yeah.
Arno, net gou 'n nota vir jou. Die setup wat ek nou vir jou gegee het, se tyres was getune gewees op 23:30. So kyk net wat die air temp is as jy die sessie join asseblief. Want ons gaan net jou tyres dalk moet verander gebaseer op dit. As dit 23 is jy good to go.
I love it. Alan Henderson in the Kyalami
Chat, yeah, I saw.
At least you're using the right track map.
Dave. Para.
Guys, can we all like club money in to buy Arno a microphone?
I was just about to say, we're going to club in and we're
We're
going to
gonna
buy
club in and
a new headset.
We're gonna buy in
Well,
something.
I bought one this morning.
So I can't hear you.
Well, there's a really good Logitech headset on special on EveTech at the moment, so
If all of us
Yeah.
chip in $100,
100%.
we got it covered.
We got to sponsor this dude a headset.
Well, that's funny because I bought the Steel series.
Oh, okay,
And then there's something else that's.
Yeah,
you will be fine.
we got Steel series out of all of that. So.
Oh, my
yeah,
brother
I
is
won't be
such a
buying Steel series.
Paul, is die briefing klaar?
Yeah.
Okay, so ons wag vir daai server any minute now, guys. Any minute. Session 1, get ready.
Yeah.
So Gavin, 40.5, eh? Otherwise.
Yeah, I get kicked out. Okay, no pressure.
Hallo Paul, jy's gemute.
Hallo.
Hey, Paul.
Hallo.
Is jy reg?
Ek dink so, ek hoop so.
Of is jy in jou boxers?
Nee, ek is daarom nie in my boxers nie.
Just talking, man. He's got his whole race boots on and everything. Helmet to work.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm actually wearing gloves.
Oh, where my sacanas?
Hey, what's happening?
Hallo.
Yeah, Chinesh, I didn't sleep very well last night. I was waiting for some crazy to come break my legs, but I woke up and I was fine. It was very relieving.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
what the
could
hell
sleep.
happened last night?
Ooh.
Are the servers going up anytime soon?
I don't know, I just refreshed. They're not up. Doesn't look like it. Oh, here we go. Session 1 is up.
Okay. Ja.
Good luck, boys.
There we go.
What's the check?
Virtual Kyalami.
Kyalami 9HR.
Yep, there we go. I'm in.
And then password is K9H all caps.
Okay, cool.
Is this now only for the first session, guys? Oh.
Correct,
Yes.
correct.
Okay, is there a server that I can go and...
I think Daniel's server is up.
Of jy kan hom sommer offline man.
Ek is in.
Right, ek gaan net gou my YouTube aankry. Ek's nou terug.
Right, session 1 is op. Arno, het jy gejoin?
Yes.
Okay, vir air temp is dit is 0.1 psi vir elke 1 graad op air temp.
There's 83
Is hy 23-30 op die oomblik?
Yeah, I think it's exactly the same as yesterday. I think we should be okay with
That's what we had on my practice server just now, so you should be good to go if your tires were good around that session.
Yeah, it just takes 2 or 3 laps for them to really come into window. Yeah.
So I've also put in enough fuel for you to do 8 laps. So the first 2 or 3, you're going to be warming up your tires, and then you've got like 4 or 5 flying laps left to make it work. So...
Is jou practice server nog aan die gang, Daniel?
Nee, maar ek kan hom gou vir jou opstart. Ek gaan hom net kill vir my session, dat ek nie te veel goedheid wat run nie.
No problem.
Okay, hy's aan. Jy kan hom join en jy kan 'n paar laps doen.
Okay.
Hy is 23:30 en die tire temps wat ek vir jou gestuur het in die laaste setup is reg vir dit. Gaan toets net bietjie daai setup gehou. Jy moet self besluit of jy hom of een van gisteraand wil ry.
No problem.
Ek dink hierdie ene is my bietjie beter.
Okay.
Okay, qualifying session 1, they took down the driver swap server.
Wat is jou nou? Hybrid, nee?
Ja, so het net vir hybrid.
Is het ek, jy en Arne nou in dieselfde stint?
Nee, nie in dieselfde stint nie.
Nee, in die room.
Nee, dis Paul het net opgeskuif boontoe. Ek dink hy wil peace and quiet hê vir sy quali session.
Okay.
Hy hou daarvan om in stilte te ry.
Okay, hoe kan ek check nou?
Hallo Ansie. Jy is gemute.
Quick question, delivery. Ek het nie 'n livery op.
Het jy nie 'n livery op nie?
Nee.
Het jy nie die livery file install nie? Of het ek dit net vir Tinus gestuur?
Oh, fuck.
Wag, byt vas, ek forward gou vir jou. Dit behoort jou baie vinnig te vat om hom net in te trek. Jy moet hom net unzip en dan obviously die files na die regte folder toe copy in ACC. Ek stuur hom gou vir jou. Byt vas.
So, ek gaan dan net eers die code.
As jy kan, ja. Dan download gou die RAR file wat ek vir jou gedm het, extract hom, en dan copy die contents van die customs en livery, customs en cars folders. Net so na die corresponding folders toe in documents ACC.
I think it is, Daniel. I think they're doing that on a server level, aren't they? They're uploading all the liveries.
But you need to choose the livery in-game as well.
Okay.
The first guy to join then it will allocate the livery that they've shown. If you join with an in-game livery, you're gonna either have an in-game livery or a blank car.
Okay, I see.
So you need to choose the livery that...
I see.
I actually didn't think about that when they split the sessions, one driver. You still need to load the livery for it to display. The fact that they have it will ensure that it displays on stream if you selected that livery on your car. But if you haven't, then...
Okay, I'm with you.
Blank car.
That's not good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if all 3 of us had to join the same server, because only one of us needs to load the livery, which will typically be driver 1, and then it doesn't matter for the other 2, because they just inherit the car from the previous driver.
Yeah, sure.
Now I got this other oak wanting to pick on me here in the server.
Gonna overflow in every corner.
Don't pick on me. I don't like when people pick on me.
So you got
Kom hier
feelings.
reg, Arne.
Trek.
Nou, kom ons kyk.
Copy car.
Ja, so jy maak hom oop, daar's 'n cars folder. Binne die cars folder is daar 'n nog 'n folder. Jy
onder
kopie
wat?
daai hele folder. Dan gaan jy na ICC, Documents, ICC, Customs, Cars. Dan drop jy die JSON file daar binne in, die corresponding ene, en dan in die liveries folder kopie jy daai hele folder en jy gaan na Documents, ICC, Customs, Liveries en jy paste daai folder net so. Dan as jy net refresh op jou server list en dan select jy quali server en dan klik jy op select your car en dan verander jy die livery. Ons het 6 minute voor hy start.
Jeff, I'm in the 142s.
Get in there, my son.
So, but I don't want to peak now, just before qualifying.
Yeah.
No, but the fact is if you've done it now,
You know you
it's
can.
easier to do the next time round.
Exactly.
No, I know I
So
can do it. So,
Don't worry about peaking. Once you've done it, it becomes easier. I struggled with the same thing.
I'm even faster than my nemesis, McGrath.
Just punt it.
Good entertainment for quali.
Yeah. Gotta make it like a parking lot, like Formula One. You know, while we have the whole virtual Kyalami audience and everything.
Yeah.
There's only 77 people watching, so no stress.
No, but even race control can be a huge audience.
77 people is huge.
Yeah, it's about 100 less than race face on any given day.
Only your setup is
Oh, have you seen
Say
who's in
that,
our
say like
session? Essa.
Yeah, he's gonna be quicker than you. Eh?
Yeah.
Now remember, it doesn't matter who's in your session. The times will still be aggregated.
Yeah, it'll all
So,
go in your classes anyway.
Yeah, so don't let it get to your head if, for example, out of the 50 in your session you qualify 45th.
Yeah.
It means nothing because their slower drivers have to compete maybe with someone else's fastest driver in another session.
Exactly.
So just do the best lap you possibly can. That's the only thing you focus on. Don't look at the scoreboard, just check your time because that's what you're chasing. You're not chasing the guy in front of you.
And you know what your time range is, so that's what you should be aiming for.
Exactly.
Jeez, that's a lot of cars on that track.
Yeah, just also watch your deltas. Just try and have 3.5 seconds front to back so you can get a clean lap in.
what the showroom did to
The color.
Oh yeah, because my beautiful orange car is now fantastic bright canary white.
But if you
canary
turn
yellow.
if
sorry.
you turn the LSS off and then try.
Let me quickly go and see. Options, video. DLSS is disabled.
Okay, that's weird, huh? Just figured visually, the only thing that really changed. Well, I suppose the new Unreal Engine is running. So maybe it's got something to do with that.
Yeah, it's got something to do with that.
Yeah. How many laps are you feeling for, Daniel?
8. Yeah. Which is going to be approximately, it's just 8 laps will take you just under 15 minutes to do. And the first 3 you basically need to warm up your tires properly. And then I've got enough fuel to do 5 more laps after that. So with obviously 8 laps is not enough to really damage your tires, which is good.
Yeah.
And you're able to do it all in one session. What you don't want to do in this type of quali format is pit and go out again, because you've lost 6 laps then.
Yeah.
Effectively giving you 2 flying laps.
Yeah.
If you do it all in one go, you warm up your tires once and you have theoretically 5 flying laps.
Yeah, that's my plan. My plan is to do a couple of installation laps and slowly bring them up to temperature, and then not go in again. Just stay out the whole session.
That's exactly what I was planning.
Unless
on,
I'm like in major traffic or something.
Yeah,
unless it's like major traffic or something, and you want to pass the track position.
Just get out there as quick as you can, because the guys will let the guys in front of them gap, just like in race face. Create a 2, 3, 4 second gap to the guy in front of you as you come towards the last turn.
Yeah.
And then you hit it, and from there you just go as fast as you can. You've got 5 laps to make it work after that.
Yeah, that's it. I think you're just going to get into a window front and back and stay in that window for the 15 minutes.
Nou,
Kan jy sê 43 se inbreking?
Jy sal nou kan.
I mean, first you got to break 45, then you can break 44, then 43.
He was in the 42s last night.
No, I'm playing with him.
Kom Tine, sort jou kak uit.
Dis fucking sort die kakkar uit.
Wat? Nog nie like die Porsche.
Wel, ons het pre-update.
Ons het. Ja, so.
Is die setup beter of slegter vir jou?
Ja, hy's alright, maar die kar.
Die car self.
Dit kom met die kar.
Yeah, but it felt good. I drove it a little bit last night. It felt good. To be fair. But it is a difficult car to drive. Good luck, Kevin.
Thank you. I'll basically defer myself so I can concentrate on the qualifying. So why not?
Do that. Don't listen to us. Talking cock.
Right, we must go, Kevin. SA is faster. It's faster than you. Confirm the message.
When they're going to switch it over.
Daniel?
Hallo.
Hoe laat is is driver 2's
kwart oor 3.
kwart oor 3 en driver 3 is half.
Dan half, ja. So dis in 15 minute intervals, as ek dit nie mis het nie. Daar kan dalk 5 minute tussenin wees, soos as hulle oorswap na die ander server toe. Maar daar's net een qualifying session server live op beslag. So sodra ons dit hierdie een klaar maak, jy moet maar net jou list refresh.
Okay, so it's half, nee.
I think they said 15 minutes before each session.
Okay, so jy's kwart oor en ek is half dan.
Ja, maar myne kan dalk kwart oor tot half. Ja, wel kwart oor, myne kan dalk eers half begin.
Okay, no
Want ek weet nie hoeveel practice tyd ons gaan kry in ons sessie nie.
Okay, no problem. Ek moet gou vinnig ry. Ek sien hulle nou weer.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
When are we starting?
Hey,
I'll forward it in a second.
good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello?
Hallo. Is julle nie gemute nie? Julle moes gemute wees, ag.
O, hy stream.
I'm streaming as well. Just tell Tennis to keep the language under control.
Okay, so we can't call other teams. Oops, I almost did without unmuting. We can't.
Yeah, we can't talk about that team on the stream.
Yes.
Too loud.
No, we can't.
Is it just me or did they... No, yeah, okay.
There we go. Okay, I'll speak to you later, boys.
Good luck, buddy.
Have fun, good luck.
Good luck.
We'll see the sandbaggers come out when your Silver and Am teams make Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, that should be penalty fishing. Okay.
Agree. Or they should just be put in the higher session.
Yeah. Session 2 is up.
Okay. I'm just going to give it a second. Someone join and then I'm in. Session 2.
Yeah, now I'm in here. Be back in 1 second.
Okay.
Ah, jullie ons gebruiken ook ACC TV.
Yep. Oh, the freeze is real.
Hulle het nou nog nie geleer hoe om hierdie ICTV te gebruik nie. Want jy is veronderstel om op fastest lap te sit in qualifying. Hulle het hom op lap time delta. So nou kan jy nie sien wat die ouens se lap times is.
Yeah, so you can't see who's where.
Well, you can see the positioning, but it's not showing you the actual fastest lap. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so you can't see how far behind the guys are.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a setting, it's quickly in the broadcast, you just change it there. When the 8 update screwed around on Thursday night with the,
I believe so.
with the stream, because they have that, they got an autopilot function which like moves around to different cars automatically, and that thing bombed out completely, so it ended up being a Incubi stream for...
I thought you paid for the airtime though.
Yeah. Anyway. So, 140.
Nice.
What's Paul complaining? He's currently on 9th, man.
Now sandbaggers of the world unite.
Paul, now before we started, he was like, not happy. No, car's feeling cuck.
No, but I think everyone's car's just not feeling right, so.
That's very true.
I had to laugh last night. So Aris on his stream tells a story. They got this like a real GT3 driver in to test the sim.
Yeah.
and his race engineer was there as well. So the guy's testing it, he gets out and he tells them, no, the car's like shit, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he walks away, the driver, and apparently the race engineer is like, yes, this is great, because that's how the car is really.
Yeah, so you know when the guys are complaining about oversteer, or understeer rather, it's real. We're finding out.
Teams can go through. His qualifying time from yesterday, 1:41.7. This stage he's doing super pole if he carries on like that.
I reckon you guys have got pace for Super Bowl though.
You see, the thing is, our although it's top 10 across all three servers, so
Yeah, it's an aggregation. Yeah.
so it's only the like top 3 of each division, really.
Go, boys.
Hulle gou nog.
Hulle gou nog, ja. Check net of server 3 al op is.
Nee, ek was nie nou nie.
Well, I see Tariq 40.7 at the moment. Leslie 40.9.
I'm really enjoying the fact that this is the qualifying is across all 3 drivers. It's the way to do these things, eh?
I enjoyed the realism. Because this is how it is.
The fact is, it's actually a lot more fairer to do it like that. Now you're not just planting your best driver in and, you know, that's that. You know, it's actually all 3 drivers have to try and do a decent time. So this is, like I said, it is more real.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a lot more representative of the positioning of the different teams.
Yeah, because like if you look at last week, you had a couple of teams who had a really quick guy in it, and they were qualifying like well up the field.
Yeah.
Then you get into the race, and then driver 2 and 3 aren't quite on that pace.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It looks like everyone's lost around about a second, right? Half a second to a second.
Yes, I'm about, I would say, a second slower than I was.
Oh, I'd say about the same, because before I was doing, on the upper end I was doing 41.5-ish, where now I'm doing sort of 42.2 to 42.5.
Yeah.
I think you'll get used to the new physics and the way the car needs to be driven, and I think also like with any updates, I think the Aston has taken a bit of a hit. and the Ferrari's taken a bit of a hit. So we have to work out what cars are quicker, what cars are slower.
Yeah.
I think the Beamer's going to be stronger in the first seasons next year.
Yeah, until they figure it out.
Well, yeah, until they allocate it a BOP.
So here he says quick, eh?
He's rapid, eh?
Yeah, I mean, he's 140.2.
But I think also like guys like Essa and Daniel, the guys that are real race drivers, they understand nuance of the circuit they will never understand.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But then again, I think the Audi is going to be strong in this race, eh? Because it's also quick in the wet, eh?
But Audi's also...
Die Porsche's maar kak. Die Porsche's maar kak.
in all conditions.
Wow.
Interested to see how guys like Stuart White go.
Yeah.
There's also that super tough guy that I raced him in race space. He's very fast.
Okay.
I smashed it. We were in silver at Monza. I did like a 48.5 in quali, and he smashed me by like a second and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's pretty rapid on this thing.
Quick. Paul is still 9th, so that's a decent qualifying from him.
Yeah, very good.
Porsche, Audi 1 and 2, eh?
How long's left in session 1?
It's almost done.
Almost
10
done.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Hey boys.
How'd you get on?
Let's see, 142.8. I was on a stonker of a lap, and then I don't know what happened. I just lost like 2 whole tenths in the mine shaft.
No, that's okay. Exit out of the video.
42.8. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's not a difficult though.
But I reckon I could have gone into the 42.6. But anyway, that was so
No,
good.
that's okay.
So it's 26.
Yeah, it's relatively represent. And remember, it's aggregation comes into play, so I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Jason got P7.
Yeah, Jason McGregor, P7, yeah. Paul is 10th.
Nice. Nice.
Oh no, you're 34th. Oh dear.
Yeah,
Well, he's still on a lap. No, he's not. No. But he was. Okay. Now it's on you,
But
Jeff.
remember, 34th in that grid is irrelevant
Yeah, yeah,
because he was up like against Essa and
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I know. I was
you
in
know.
the same one.
so
Did you find a lot of patience last night as well?
I did.
Yeah. It's good.
And we'll have to see how the car treats me now in quali.
Yeah,
They'll forward us any second now.
yeah.
Tinus, is jy al terug?
Ja, ek sien so.
Okay.
Server 3 is not up yet. So.
Okay, now they'll probably start server 3 then when they take server 1 down and switch over to 2.
Yeah, I would say 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and then you guys will have like a 20-minute practice session, roughly.
Qualifying session 2 is up.
Yeah, it's been up for like 10 minutes,
Yeah,
buddy.
it's been up a while.
has it?
I'm
Okay,
on
yeah.
practicing. I'm waiting for them to forward the session now.
Patiently waiting on my setup screen.
What's the time in game for the qualifying?
4 p.m. Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
Temperatures 23:30. I
Nice.
think it's locked for quali. So
Yeah.
if you set up your car on 23, you should be golden. Sorry, 4 p.m. Friday.
Yeah.
Qualifying will be 3 p.m. Sunday.
I thought so. It's going to be warmer, eh? At 3 p.m. it's a slightly warmer.
Yeah, but I think it
just
still runs
check.
23:30.
Yeah, I think they fixed it, didn't they? They put a message on this morning saying that
Oh, they might. Oh, did they? Okay.
fixed,
cool.
yeah,
quali it's fixed weather.
Fixed weather condition.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I see in my server I've got Olifant, Adam, McCall, Barrington Smith, Christian Deploy, I've got Bago,
Wayne Hall,
yeah, you
Vanessa
see
Maya.
Absmeyer.
Sean Larero.
Yo, there's some hate going on in the YouTube chat already.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Grobler van Beek goes out with 20 seconds left and literally messes up my last flying lap.
He's such a chocolate, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Who, JC Grobler?
Yeah.
His reputation precedes him, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's let's just call it, he went to school on the special bus there.
Ooh.
Yo, shots fired, shots fired.
And fell off.
The problem isn't his reputation preceding him, it's the fact that he's living up to it.
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
100%.
Okay,
And
I'm
that's
watching your
not
stream,
being
Jeff.
ugly.
No pressure.
That's just facts.
I was just waiting for it. I want to be in the setup menu and it skips so that I can have my tires and the blankets.
Oh, you can. It's not skipped yet. And
Yeah.
when it does skip, you just click on drive immediately. And you go out.
Yeah, I want to try and get out as early as I can to try and manage the track position.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for it to skip now, that I don't have to go into my setup screen and miss time.
Yeah, 100%. But also, I looked at your setup screen and the tires are out of the blankets. So like what I like to do is stay inside the setup screen itself, then your tires are in the blankets.
That's where I am right now.
Yeah,
When the
okay.
session skips,
It'll
it
take
takes
you out.
it's like you immediately quit the setup screen to go racing. So
With
all
you,
you
with
do is
you.
you click on drive and you
Drive.
go out. Your tires are perfectly warm.
Yeah, with you, okay.
It
Isn't
just
it?
saves you the time you have to go back into your setup screen, then exit the setup screen, and then click on drive.
Yeah.
So the quicker you can get out, the better.
Doesn't it scare you that you're sitting in your tire menu, you're seeing PSI hot of 23.5?
No.
It's like something so to get used to now.
I don't pay attention to that. I've got race engineer on my second screen.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I look at. I actually went out for a practice session now and I had to make slight changes to the tires. But it's because the track evolves differently with 50 cars on it.
Yeah, there's different rates of rubber coming down.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I made small changes.
That race
I went out
engineer.
for a good 15 minutes.
Yeah, thanks for that. That is, yeah, that's awesome. I'm loving using that now.
Yeah. And it's accurate.
I'm watching your stream now, Jeff, so no pressure.
Oh, at least there's one person watching. You have to go pay some minions or something.
Guys, I'm just going to mute myself to do this 15 minutes. I don't know when they're going to swap over. I'll see you guys afterwards.
No worries.
Catch you after, bud.
Thanks very much, and everyone, good luck for session 2, those driving.
Yeah.
Tell it all. Keep trying hard, eh?
That's it, that's how we do it. I even got a team chart stick on my steering wheel today. Give me extra luck.
Nice.
Nice, man, nice.
Hy fok 'n Porsche verbrand.
Dem samen.
So it says you're loving the Porsche then, eh?
Ja, ek gaan hom fok op pit stop en ek gaan hom brand steek.
Wat sê jy?
Ek gaan Plaas ek julle vir 'n solution key, Liam.
It's not funny om te luister.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute, I'll catch you boys after.
Good luck, man.
Shot.
Green light. Go.
Well, that's not a good start. Had the wrong fuel in the car. Here we go, lap one. Okay, there's one out of the way. Not ideal. Let's check. Alrighty. Jet 90 seconds to get around. Come on. Oh. Well, that sucked. Well, that sucked a lot.
What happened? I saw you got punted.
Yeah, I got punted, and then I try to steal some mid corner speed. So I went super wide into the last turn to carry as much speed
I
on,
just see it now.
and I got an invalidation. So I don't know. I mean, like I think like I probably had another 2 tenths maybe in me.
Yeah, you posted 142.7.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so I reckon I probably had like, like two maybe 3 tenths, but then 5 I got a good lap. But it's just tricky with the traffic. The traffic's difficult though.
Yeah, traffic is rough.
Yeah.
Traffic is not your friend.
Yeah. And then like some oaks are gapping space and some oaks aren't. So there's like this huge queue onto lap 1, like your first lap. And then some oaks are jumping in the queue and some oaks are trying to get around the queue. So there's like no like kind of uniformity of this is how we're gonna manage the traffic. But on the upside, from our first 2 sessions, Gavin and I are very, very close at pace. So.
Yeah.
Oh, the guys in the BMW is struggling, eh?
Yeah.
What, in 4?
Yeah. They qualified in 9th in my session, but the way he's driving right now is they will drop back very far very quickly.
Yeah, he's driving the car hard, eh? Talking about Crow Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's driving the car very hard.
Jeff, you featured on stream, eh?
I was?
On
Quite a
Kyalami
bit,
stream.
actually.
Yeah.
Nice. Was I at least looking good?
No, it's, you didn't go wide or anything like that. So
It was decent.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was decent.
Delivery
Okay,
look-
session ended. Tina's
Delivery looked good as well. Well done.
Nice.
Aye.
It's up to you now.
Okay, and it's
Yeah,
also
fuck,
Lane's
I
turn.
get the 140. What's it? 143.6 gedoen, maar.
143.
Ja, ek is heeltemal af hoor.
Nou weet
Jy sal nou
jy,
regkom,
you'll-
relax.
you'll come good.
Someone
No,
go
but-
wake up. Someone go wake up Elaine, please.
She's on. She's on.
Okay. Just playing.
As hy. Dis nog net jou tyd, Tinus, en dan vat ons môre daai reis. Ons sal nou kyk as daar 'n practice server is met die start conditions. Ek wil net tire temps en pressures uitsort vir die eerste sessie.
Nou wat gaan hulle gaan hy net jump of gaan hulle
Ja, hy sal net oorskuif.
Tou,
Ja.
kan jy asseblief dalk vir ons 'n virtual 9-hour text channel create waarin ons tire temps en goeders met mekaar kan share asseblief of pressures?
Ons mos die setups.
Gaan ons dit sommer daarin sit?
Ja.
Okay.
But Daniel, I'm not going to share my information with you. But while you're in the same class as me.
That's fine. I'll see you on track.
Yeah, when you let me, maybe.
Aren't you guys pro-am?
No, we're silver.
No, we silver, mate. You're not so fast like the Oaks like Doe in that, so you can get to pro.
Dude, I'm not even fucking doing. I'm doing 43.2s. So.
Okay, so we all in am.
Yeah, we're all in silver cup.
We're all in silver.
But I
we
think
pro am because of Paul.
yeah, Paul got them into pro.
But we are pro am.
Yeah. But that's where like, you guys should be in pro-am. If you look at the pace of your team overall, like taking the updates out of the mix, like it would be wrong for you guys not to be in pro-am.
Are we racing against our own teammates?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So I think like first priority for you guys is to beat TTHA, and for us is to beat TTHR Pro-am 2. That's the first thing, and then we can deal with the other teams after that.
Okay, I will wait when I lap you, don't worry.
Yeah, challenge accepted.
Just make sure you flash me so I can punch you as you come past.
The only thing you're going to see is my brake lights, and then they'll disappear into the sunset.
Probably. I probably cuck myself so much trying to get out your way that I'll bin it myself.
I think us in the same class, we might as well share a Discord because it'll make it easier for us to communicate.
I think so,
and
yeah.
Also let people know about crashes off.
Paul, dis baie lelik gebeur. Ag, nou, dis baie lelik hoor. Wanneer was oggends goed?
Yeah, I've got 8 seconds.
It's actually it's a good idea there, Daniel.
As ek wil uithaal
Not just the pretty
practice
face.
service gaan hy kwaad wees vir my.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think also like if we're all in one channel, then we can also like sort of help race engineer the other teams when you're not driving as well. So we can have a few guys looking after tire pressures and things like
and
that.
just like spotting and off tracks and positions, who's in pits and those sort of things. You know, it just makes it lekker.
And we
so
can
I
also
think if we're in the same class, it may just make sense.
100%.
That we share a Discord. That's just a suggestion.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I mean, we can also just check like if you box now, like where you're likely to come out, so we can maybe try help each other stay out of traffic if we can, and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Remind me on my virtual mirror aan te sit asseblief.
Cycle net your views.
Yeah.
Virtual mirrors are for girls.
As jy in die pitlyn afry, F1 cycle your views om jou mirror aan te sit.
Talk of the devil.
Are we gonna sit and watch Super Bowl together?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna stream it. Just
I'm just gonna watch it on the mainstream.
yeah, I'm streaming now, so I'm gonna switch it over to a YouTube channel and stream it so we can all just watch together.
Yeah. Hello, Jeff's chat, which is just me.
No, it's not lights. My business partner's there too.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Come with your just you story. I paid him to be here, but that's not the point.
Ag, Here, you fucking hond.
Okay, we need to.
That's like if I ever was gonna get monetized, that's gone now. Demonetized straight.
Yo.
Actually, let me see if I can. Let me add a source, a display capture.
Wat soek Martin in silver?
Sandbag.
Punt him.
Yeah, you might need to put a one of those beeping things because I think there's going to be a lot of swearing in this session.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Antennas together.
Yeah, my wife's already told me that swearing on stream is not the kind of person you want to be. So I'm gonna have to be a good boy.
The slowest time in your team, plus a 30-second. So realistically, all the other teams in that situation, I think there's probably half a dozen, but it's going to be interesting tomorrow. We've got 9 hours.
So jumpy ding vanself of wat?
Yeah, it will change over.
Yeah.
45 guys to get to where you should.
Ek sit hier flippend Porsche ore aan.
Good for us to watch because we're going to see.
Oh yes.
Jy sal nie my baas wees nie, Porsche.
It's going to be exciting to
Jou ma.
at 80k
Monarch, working the scenes of the.
As it looks like that Dan Haynes is a very ACC guy, especially with the huge iRacing banner in his background.
Yeah, big time.
As you say,
Ah,
Yeah,
your
but,
ma.
Jeez, I just thought I got a freeze now.
those are the guys that might make the difference.
Okay.
Okay, quality.
Just about out
Okay, good luck, boys.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
over to the action in the
No, I'm gonna mute.
minutes.
Cool.
And then
Back in 1 second.
session will start. Dan,
Yeah, I've tried getting my wife to bring their beer, but it's not happening.
going to the third session. I mean, what is the thought process now for some of these teams at this stage?
I think Super Bowl, it could be anyone. So you got 1 lap to do it. We'll never know. We'll wait until those 10 are announced. We'll see who they pick, and then I'll put some money on it. Then we'll put a wager on it, Ernest.
Let's do that, but for now, let's go to session 3 and let's see what happens live and in person. Here we go. Kyalami Virtual 9-hour session 3 starts now. Elric Enslin in the other 666 car. He's changed seats with his teammate over there, Jason Abschmeyer, his teammate. And we just got word that Jason was warming up the tires. That's what happened earlier, so no big deal. Just warming up the tires and had a bit of a mishap. But Elric Enslin, I mean, this guy is very, very fast. He does, I'm not sure he still does, but I know he did it one stage. World-class kind of fast. Here he is, the number 3.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Driver, but certainly third driver in that team. Looking very good at the moment in that number 6 Audi, in 6th position, number 666 Audi. Something's going on with the number 6 in that team over there.
I mean, he's actually a team of 2, so he's only sharing the seat with Jason Absmeyer. We've got
I wonder if Elaine's going to be mentioned on the stream, because I think she's the only lady
In the entire, yeah.
Yeah.
In the
I think
entire
that is-
race, that's very good.
That is awesome. That is very cool.
I'm actually gonna mention that in the chat right now.
Yeah, good idea.
I'd expect them to be at the sharp end of the grid after 9 hours tomorrow. I mean, that's a
Yes.
solid lineup right there, even if they're missing a driver.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, though. You do take one. Oh, we got some incidents over there. A couple of cars off on the side of the circuit. So much traffic going on here as they make their way onto the main straight over there. And as you said, it's only the 2 of them. Jason Abschmeyer did a seeding time yesterday. On my list, I've only got a time for Jason Abschmeyer, 140.9. So we don't know what Enslin's going to do at this stage. But I suspect he's not going to be going slowly. But like you said, I think with 2 drivers, it certainly takes away some of the mystery factor of what a 3rd driver would bring to the table, because it is very difficult to get 3 fast guys. It's easier to get 2.
It depends on the team dynamic. You've got a little bit more fatigue factor with only 2 of you, obviously. More time.
I wonder if they're even looking at the chat.
Becomes a factor
I
later
don't know.
as you get into
Let's see.
the race.
Yeah.
I think you've spent a lot of time. Your concentration maybe weans just a little bit of fresh feet in the car.
On the sheep.
I don't know. Something we'll have to look out for tomorrow. Looking down the list of who else we should watch out. We've got Ross Bartle, very quick GT3 driver. He's in this session as well. Stuart White obviously is the 3rd driver for the Sim Racing Masterclass. He's already seen his first go through and set a very solid representative time, so he doesn't want to let the side down to Stuart. Make sure they get into the Super Bowl shootout. Just any other name jump out for you there, Ernest?
Well, speaking of Stuart, Stuart definitely no stranger to pressure as Enslin goes fastest. I mean, he is one of the all-time lap record holders at many circuits in South Africa. So I think Stuart definitely no stranger to pressure, and he's going to be feeling that pressure over here at the moment, going with his teammates. But as I said, I don't think there's going to be any issues from his side. A few other names. You've got Heineke over here as well in the number 353 Porsche, Fenter.
Evan Barber, really?
Luke Addison.
I sent him an invite to the group. He didn't want to join though.
I look forward to kicking his ass on track.
Good man.
when I was there.
I was watching him a little bit on Jardia's stream the other day. Looks like he's got a bit of pace about him.
In South
No,
Africa,
he's quick. I'll never take that away from him. He is quick,
South African motorsport.
but he's been out of it for a long time.
I saw so. I checked it just like a few weeks before the event. He was on the groups looking for a setup.
Super cool to have them here. We've got Brian Lewis, who we're riding on board with now. Another very, very quick driver in ACC, and he's already into second place. He's more than 2/10 up as he comes down towards the my job.
Yeah, that Brian Lewis is fast.
Brian he went fastest in grading on race days.
Mm.
Oh, did he? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But
He's enormously quick, but he doesn't
makes
really
mistakes.
participate.
Yeah, but he was on pole for ACR this week at Kyalami as well.
No, he is very quick.
Oh, I mean last week, wasn't it?
No, this week on I think
this week.
Wednesday night. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we almost had a little bit of rain, so it was like the first major league race after the update.
140.5.
Yeah, fastest lap.
On OP 12 now.
He's got some traffic in front of him, but he did manage to
On OP3.
try and go even faster. Still
Gets in there hybrid.
6/10 of a second up. Currently in fourth position. How is he going to do? This is going to be a very fast lap.
Stuart White P11.
To second place.
I just saw that.
Mhm.
Ryan in 12th.
Early on, Lewis unfortunately spun out just seconds ago. I was on board with him. So Lewis now back in the pits. I think he got caught up by some traffic, and that really is the story of the day at the moment. I think a lot of these drivers are not going to be happy with all the traffic, but that's a problem that everybody has to deal with.
It's more of a problem in qualifying because you're on purpose.
Exactly. So don't moan about it.
Check old Martin P15.
People are on outlaps where they're
Yeah, P18 now.
not going to be quite as dramatic a
Where's Tinas?
race where
Can't see him on screen.
Mm-mm.
prep your tyres, you're actually going full down.
But I'll show it if I do see him.
Maybe traffic.
Interesting that there's quite a few oaks that are boxing in qualifying. I mean, like I went in only because I got punted.
I also went in because I got pushed out of a corner.
Yeah,
The guy
so
turned into me. I was so much faster than him, and he decided to close the door as I took his inside.
Well, lucky enough I didn't have to
Yeah.
spit onto my... Was it second to last lap? That's when I lost all that time in the mine shaft. I lost like 2/10 in
Yeah,
the
but-
mine shaft. I don't know where.
it'll be on the
No
exit.
idea where.
It'll be on the exit of Leopold. You just got a bad exit out of the hairpin, and you get punished all the way down the mine shaft.
Across the finish line, what will Stewart White
I saw there was a big smash in front of me. Like, were you involved with Daniel with the Porsche? I mean, with like an Aston on the inside.
No, it wasn't an Aston. It was another car. I think it was a Ferrari.
Okay, because when I came into Cheetah for the first time, well, not Cheetah. What's the one before Cheetah? Was
Yeah.
the first year right-hander. So we
Yeah.
coming into there, and obviously myself and the guy in front were quicker than the two cars ahead of us. But what he did is he tried to pass both of them on the inside, which I thought was doff. But yeah, so as he went on the curb, the other oak turned into it. So they all had a bit of an incident there, but it threw me off that would have been my fastest lap. I think it was 42.4, 42.5 delta at the time. But obviously I had to take evasive action to miss the incident.
Okay, Rotenbach dropped to 18th.
Mm.
the first times? It's an
He's back then.
impressive performance.
Yeah, but still quicker silver at this time.
Competition that he's up against.
Yeah, it really is, and it's super tight in this session.
Ryan's still on 13th.
Red up P14.
On his delta, and I mean that could be enough to jump him up a few spots. Hell, you got to really.
Rene is quick. He's just not got great
Fast.
racecraft.
No, he's fast though. He's fast over one lap.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
exactly it.
Yeah,
Racecraft.
yeah.
He is quick. I'll never dispute that. He is very quick, but he lacks a bit of
Yeah.
racecraft.
Like when I raced against him, I could never beat him in qualifying, but I beat him quite often in the race. Because like once you get in front of him, it's like if you understand where your weakness on track is, and you defend there, he supposed to get past.
Van Rensburg in ninth position. Currently
Stuart up to P4.
a second up. Mark Van Rensburg in the number 32 car over there in the Porsche, and looking very good out there.
Just having delta on the times is a bit off, I'm not gonna lie.
And Lionel Klug
Instead of having the gaps.
in 10th position.
I think some of the people in chat actually asked for the delta.
Seeded in
Yeah.
10th position.
I saw Alan mentioned it.
Or below as he makes his way through, and I think this is
No, but they've got on-track delta. It's not like lap time delta.
big jump over there. Gets into fifth.
So you can see that Brian is first, and then Luke is plus 32.76. There's obviously 32 seconds behind him on track.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just where he wants to be to try and get into that top 10 shootout. But Mark Van Rensburg, I'm telling you now, I've raced with him a lot of times. I've a few things that he's raced in as well. He is an outside chance to really get up there because he's a very quick driver.
I just want to test my mic. Is it better now?
100, yeah. Buddy.
Yeah.
That's like, you saved me $100 there.
Well, like I said, I bought a new headset this morning, hoping to fix the problem.
Yeah.
But it didn't. And now I searched and found a few things that I could change.
You must just check your audio settings in Discord as well, because there's a couple of settings that can cause that kind of thing to happen. So, like I was using that annotation thing, but it was causing like the microphone to be patchy, so I switched it off.
Yeah, I think I changed like it to the input to the actual headset and not default.
Default, yeah.
Yeah.
And the sensitivity I lowered a little bit, so yeah.
Yeah, that will pick it up. That will make your pickup better then.
Yes, but I think that I've changed it to the actual headset and not default. I think that maybe fixed it.
It also depends what kind of.
I didn't even know you sounded like this.
Yeah, well,
suddenly we can hear you.
Well, I spent a proper load of money this morning, so
Good man.
better work.
That's always the thing, when you spend money on something, you're like, fuck, this better work, otherwise I'm gonna be mad.
Because it's a Steel Series one, and it's a proper.
Where'd you get the Arctis 2?
7.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's way more comfortable than the previous one that I had, which was a Corsair one.
I've got a Steel Series keyboard and mouse. I love them.
Well, I have a Razer keyboard and mouse.
I have a Philips one that I bought from a shop for $100, okay? But it's got RGB, so it must be good.
Yeah. Well, I play a lot of other games as well, so mouse and keyboard must be good.
Yeah.
As well.
With you there. 3 minutes to go.
My brother plays like a lot of other kinds of games. He's also got quite a high-end mechanical keyboard, and I think he's got the Logitech mouse. I think he's got a Razer keyboard.
Because mine is also mechanical from Razer, and I love it.
Yeah.
Daniel, wat se tyd het jy toe gedoen?
42.6.
Sure, well done.
En jy?
Dankie, ek was aangewees vir 'n 42.3 en toe verloor ek hom in die tweede draai. Toe kom die gat net 'n bietjie uit.
Ai.
En toe was daar net 4.5 minute van quali oor en dit gaan nie help nie want ek gaan nie die hande vinnig genoeg warm kry om weer uit te gaan nie.
Nee, I did a 43.7. I struggled like mad.
No, that's okay. It's all the aggregation is there. So you've got Daniel's got a competitive time, and then between it's all and also it's 9 hours. But so like if you're a little bit out of position at the start, it's not a thing. But
and remember this: in 9 hours, there's so many things that can happen.
100%.
When people go
Damage.
out, whether they change tires or not,
disconnect.
double-shifting tires and whatnot. And then the fact is that because the grid is so packed, there are skill levels of all kinds, and I can guarantee there will be a fair share of incidents. The most important thing in tomorrow's race is just going to be to stay out of the incidents.
Well, I was held up twice by Scribante.
Really?
It's crazy. You check because they're real drivers, but they've never been. It's so different in the sim. So I think they're battling to acclimatize to the way the car needs to be driven in sim.
Well, I saw that he was 5 seconds off the pace in my and I think Gavin's one. So that's quite a lot.
Yeah, because they did their best sort of seeding time was a mid 44 or something.
Maar Daniel, ek het gesien hulle het aan die begin van die stream jou kar vir ons kar.
There's those cars
Yes,
on
ja, ek was
stream.
net agter Abs my ry, dis hoekom.
Is dit?
Ja. Ek was tweede uit die pits uit. Agter
So
Abs
I was sitting on a 42.6 and some idiot joined the fucking server
Oh, and you froze.
Ag nee.
and I fucking froze on the last corner.
No, man.
So yeah,
What did you do, Sonny? What did you do though?
43 flat though. That 43 flat was the lap that I froze on. So
You
I was
actually
on
would
for
have
the
gone
42.6.
faster.
Yeah.
Yo.
No, but the
My
traffic.
Delta was on it.
No, the traffic is insane though. Like I was saying, my best
No, the
lap.
traffic was hectic, but the lap was done. I had to just do the last corner.
Yeah.
And then I got
then
this
froze.
massive freeze.
Yeah.
How did you do, Elaine?
41st.
I
So,
came. I got a 140.
44.5.
I will take it.
And I was
No,
going,
cool, yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
we'll
gonna
take
get
it.
a 143, but someone very lightly punted my backside, and I kind of went off the track.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
I
man.
had that as well. Don't worry.
Yeah, the
Also on my
traffic.
fastest lap,
I
same
was a
thing.
little bit nervous because there's always someone behind me, but oh well.
No, but that's perfect
No,
because
no.
we've got. I mean, like, there's only what's that, like 1.5 seconds spread between all of our times, because I did 42.7, I think, Gavin 42.8, and then you're 44. That's gonna help us on the aggregation, I think.
Yeah. And we were punting you in the chat, by the way. Like the only woman in the
In the
field.
series, yeah.
Yeah.
On the grid.
Gavin, stop speaking about yourself like that.
Jeff, I know you got a thing for me, but let's just keep it on the down low, please.
Yeah, he's not your type, is what he's trying to say.
Just don't worry. I'd never come to Westville anyway. So you say.
Yeah, you can stay up in Mordor.
And he's going to go slightly
Anyway, I'm super disappointed.
Nice going, guys.
place ahead.
How'd you get on, buddy?
Nah, fuck this car.
No, but I think it'll be fine. I mean, it's a long race.
Yeah, no, I'm not too stressed about this.
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
a
me
Marine
neither.
'cause- I'm just a Marine because I knew, even in my own offline practice, I've got a 42.6 in me. That's my
Yeah.
best time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was on it. Yes, it's a dude, and it froze like for like a second and a half.
Yes, it's a
And
big
it was
difference.
it was as I went through Cheetah, it froze,
Yeah.
and then the next moment I'm on that fucking last corner.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
and I
not
still-
Yeah.
and I
It's just you.
There's
You're
enough.
lucky you didn't crash out there.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and I still managed to do a 43 flat.
Yeah, so you want for a good lap. Because also, I reckon that corner is where you have the most risk for time loss on the whole track. If you don't get your exit right there, you can bleed so much time.
You can make 2/10 on that straight.
100%.
Corner right.
100%. Because also it impacts your next lap as well. Because if you get a bad exit, it's not just you run to the line; it's you run into turn one.
Anyway.
So
And
nou
this
jy
is
sê
perfect time for me to go get a beer. Be back now.
I thought your wife
jy
was
sê
getting
dat
you.
jy het 'n jy het 'n 142.6 in jou, nê? Ek het in hierdie Porsche 142.198 gedoen.
Don't lie. Well done.
Not now,
No.
but I've done it
No, you did it
before
last
in this
night.
fucking Porsche.
You did it last night.
That's the would have been lucky to have pulled that time in now.
Oh yes, it would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Who's still streaming because I want to flip and lose my shit?
Not me, but I'm
I didn't stream at all, so you good.
I'm not gonna get monetized anytime soon. So by the time that YouTube realizes you swore, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Do it. Get the race done.
Showing green on OBS, everything, no stream. Fucking hell. What a
That's
fucking
what
joke.
I say.
Do we have to stay in the session?
No, I
or-
think you can leave.
No,
No, you can leave.
Yes, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's finished. You can have fun now. Well driven there.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Very well
done
done.
to everyone too.
Yeah.
Elaine,
Yo.
sorry I was on your ass. I was just double checking if there were any leaks.
Yo.
Nou weet ons hoekom het self 43 verloor.
I didn't. I wasn't. The only person who I knew was behind me at some point was my dad. I wasn't focusing on anyone else after that.
No, the first, as we got out the pits the first time, you were right in front of me.
Oh, now I check. Now you see.
On the second lap.
That's why Doe is so min, man. He got Elaine to give him a toe and he lost his lap.
No, she gave me a toe and then I fucked it up in crocodiles. So I went to my brake marker. So.
Get a spreadsheet of those top 10s and then so it'll be interesting to see how many Audis are actually up there.
Right, so now we're waiting for the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah.
Really? I went. Fuck's sake, I see I changed my stream key and I set up the stream. What a doers.
Don't remember, be lekker, don't be a doers.
I was a doers. You see, and that's what you get for being one. Your stream doesn't run.
It's crazy, like when I just like I've got the on stream apps, I've got the CPU stats on the bottom of the stream, and when I stream like a league race, it runs like 2 maybe 3% CPU. The moment I went into this server, it banged like 11% CPU just because there's so many more cars on the grid.
Yeah. But I see now I created a new stream key specifically for the 9-hour, and I didn't update it in OBS.
Oh crap! So it didn't connect.
Yeah. So it streamed into the ether.
But it does happen. Like, and I streamed like a work stream, and it streamed to Facebook, but it didn't stream to YouTube. Like it does happen, so I had to like go and pull it down and then re-upload it.
Upload.
Yeah.
Let me sort of update it now. Tomorrow.
But yeah, lovely to see pretty much every manufacturer put up there, and those 2 new BMWs that have not been seen in the real world. They've not really been seen in ACC. Is the M4 any good?
Yes, we should have actually gone with a gamble and taken the BMW.
Ask him, because like the acid is so off pace.
I like it a lot, and
you know, we had to basically rebuild the setup anyway, so we should have gambled and done the BMW.
No, they broke the Porsche.
And then by the time the car's finished, we're like, well, why doesn't every car look like
Yeah, they did a little bit.
I mean,
like, you really broke any cars, guys. It's the whole way of the cars, how they handle is different. That's the
yeah.
You see, the
we
thing
just need
is,
to get used to it. That's
no,
all.
you know what the thing is
just that,
that they've made the cars handle like they actually handle in real life. So in real life, these cars are heavy understeering. So like what I like about it is that the cars, I mean, it's so much closer to real life. And what they said is what they're trying to do is they're trying to get they wanted the times to come down on purpose because they want to get the times very close to real life. Yeah. So I'm enjoying the challenge of trying to actually work out how to set the car up properly and, you know, learn to live with some understeer because it's going to be there. So you have to just set the car up as best you can, and you're going to have understeer because it's like that in the real world too.
So then before the update, were the times that people were getting on the different tracks not realistic?
No, there's no chance that I was going to do 139 around Kyalami.
Yeah, it's about 2 seconds.
The lap record is 142.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I looked, Elaine, just like to put it in perspective, when we did the metal state race, my qualifying time for metal state would have put me on last year's pole for Kyalami 9 hours in the real life.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, it's a long way fast, but like Oaks are doing like 2 minutes 14 at Spa, where this year's Spa 24, 2:17 was the pole time.
Yeah. Pole.
Yeah, on average.
It's like someone do 2:16 in the race, dude.
Exactly. And it's not. So I'm very in support of it becoming more realistic. And what I like is that I just feel like there's certain Oaks that have figured out the game of ACC, where with the new updates, it's going to reward guys that have driving technique more than the gamers, as it were.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like for me, I'm learning because I'm fairly new to ACC, so for me, it's like starting from scratch, sort of again. But it must be so interesting for like people who have like 1,000 hours in the game. It's like, ooh, okay,
Yeah.
it's a different beast.
Yeah, it's very different.
Speaking of which, I have 1,323 hours in game, excluding the session that's been running today.
I think
It's been running since about 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, I think I was 1,100 hours as well.
Maar onthou, jy spandeer ook baie tyd in ACC met jou liveries.
Cheetah.
Ja, dit is ook so.
Ja, kyk, ek probeer daai goeie so laag hou as moontlik. As ek in die game hoef te wees, gaan ek in die game wees nie.
Ja, nee, ek sit nie met my game oop die hele tyd nie, maar as ek nou liveries doen, is dit iets anders. Maar even van daai 1300 ure af, kan jy 100 ure aftrek.
100%.
O ja, maklik.
Nee, jy kan 100 ure aftrek vir liveries, dan is ek nog steeds op 1200 ure.
Ja.
Ek sit op 603.
But you know also like a while back, Johnny, I think it was like on the Overtake channel or something, he was talking about this. You know that maybe 6 months ago, Johnny had over 5,000 hours.
Yo.
So I mean, like that's the difference between us and those folks. None of us, we all have to work, so none of us can sit and drop 5,000 hours on the sim. I mean, we'd all be much faster if we had that kind of seat time.
That is very true.
Well, then I'm not too bad because I'm on 500 hours.
Okay, easy guys. The excuses are getting hectic now.
191 hours.
Nice.
Oh, baby Kevin.
Got 143.3 hours.
So this update to you guys will not feel as different because you'll just take it and learn the update as you progress from here.
For me, it's the braking that's the biggest change for me at the moment. It's the braking.
I actually sorted that out after watching Aries' video last night, his stream. You'll see on the Porsche setup, I also went back to 100% braking power and 6 ABS because you can actually stab the brakes and then you bleed it off just like 5%.
Bleed it off.
And your brake markers, your braking distance becomes a lot shorter. So
can I tell you guys something? I was telling
you don't trigger the ABS.
I was telling Tinus on Thursday. This game now feels so much closer to iRacing than it's ever felt before.
Oh, really?
It's better than iRacing, though.
It is. No, overall, it's better. But what I'm getting at is the braking. The tire model. Is much closer, especially braking for me. Because in iRacing, if you drive the Porsche Cup in there. It's exactly the same thing under braking, where it moves like that under braking and stuff.
Yeah.
And also, you got to be really good with the brakes, not to lock it and all that kind of shit.
Also
what I did say was, iRacing's force feedback is nowhere near ACC.
In terms of detail.
Yeah,
nowhere near. But also the thing with iRacing is one micro. Like I learned basically how to drive on the Porsche Cup because I learned how to brake anyway on the Porsche Cup because that thing locks up by you looking at the brake pedal. But the thing with iRacing is one locker anywhere on a lap, and your tires open up and they're done for the stint. So you learn you have to be so gentle with the tires.
You learn to use a lot more momentum than brakes.
100%.
Yeah.
And the one other change that I like about the new update is it's more realistic in the sense that you can turn the car on the brakes now. Where it didn't really work before, but if you go into iRacing and you've got understeer, tap the brakes, you will check how much that car turns.
Yep. So I think all in all, it's been a massively positive changes they've done.
100%.
Yeah, me too.
But it's just a matter of getting used to it.
Yeah, learning how to
take you a month and you'll be fine.
Learning how to
and with all the new content that's going to come out, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
just waiting for the wireframe on the BMW so that we can do liveries.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go team. I can't wait.
A matter of that we were unlucky that the big update dropped so short before this race.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad timing, but it is.
Yeah.
Has anyone driven the Mercedes since the update?
No, I have not.
It feels like I did a couple of laps and it feels better.
I want to.
It feels nice. And the BOP, if you think that they've got SRO in the BMP, it just takes you, go look at the real life results over the 2021 season. Mercedes dominated. Ferrari was good at Spa, and then the Lambo killed it in GT World Challenge America.
Yeah.
Who was saying something about the Lamborghini the other day? I think it was you, Daniel.
I'm not sure exactly.
You were saying something about the Lamborghini. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So what was that all about? So obviously, I'm still fairly new to the game and I haven't driven all the cars.
So the reason the people stop driving the Lambo is because it kills the tires. Unless you have that setup 100% tuned in, you're gonna kill your tires. They drop off too quick, and the car becomes uncontrollable halfway through an 80-minute stint or 40-minute stint even.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's why you can't do a race with it, because after 20 minutes your car is just all over the show.
Yeah, it gets like random like snap oversteer in like medium to high speed corners.
Yeah, and it chows through the tires. They drop off extremely quickly. So that's obviously a problem if you want to be doing like 40 minutes or 50 minutes for a race. The car is just undrivable unless you have that setup spot on 110%. And even then, it takes someone that really knows what they're doing to drive the car. To conserve the tires and whatnot. So it just became a very, very difficult car overall to drive. I haven't driven it yet with the new tire model, but I've seen that after the update, a few pro streamers actually took the Lambo out very quickly. In the hopes that was fixed.
Dalking was fast in it. He went out his first stream on the new update. He went out for a little bit in the Lambo, and he looked fast in the Lambo.
He did the Lambo first, then he did the Aston. And Georgia did the BMW pretty much immediately.
Yeah, he was off pace in the Aston. I saw like he was at Monza, and in the dry he was only doing 47, 48. Yeah. So everybody's quite a long way off pace.
Yeah, and then that video that was posted,
everybody's about a second slower than what they were before.
100%.
And that's realistic, because I was in practice for a 42.2, and my fastest time ever on Kyalami is a 41.1.
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty much a second.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know if you guys saw, but Georgia last night, even on Monza, they were only doing 1:48. So
yeah, they were. The Monza race. I actually watched that for a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I did a little bit of a public lobby the other day on Monza in the BMW on an aggressive preset, and I did, I think, 50.1 in qualifying. Which I thought was fair enough. On the aggressive preset, tire pressures weren't perfect. So, and my quali pace there is roughly mid 48 normally before the update.
It's such an interesting fact, because I've been watching some endurance racing recently, and that's what you find. You've got these battles that happen all over the circuit.
I want to take the BMW around Monza.
If you've got one category,
Like Kevin and I were on Zandvoort last night, and it's out of the box. It's got lots of understeer. Like when you come in, when you come into,
you have to tune that out.
Yes, like you're gonna have to. Well, I don't think you're gonna get all of it out, but you're gonna have to get some. You know, like the fast right-hander, where you tap the brakes at the marshal post and you just roll the speed through, like crazy understeer through there. So like you have to almost like drop a gear mid-corner and use the brakes to try to turn it through, but it doesn't stick. You can't just like punch it full throttle through there anymore.
No, I was feathering the throttle the whole way through there.
Yeah.
You know how these changes, the right-hander before the pit straight.
No. So you come through. So you got turn one. You got the left, where you go through the first gear left-hander, then you go all the way up the hill, and at the top of the hill you must like tap the brakes, and you got the high-speed right-hander.
Which track are we talking?
Zandvoort.
Zandvoort. Okay.
Yeah.
Zandvoort's turn one is a right-hander.
Yes. That right-hander. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so you have to like be careful through there.
Yes. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Where before you would just tap the brakes to turn the car in, and then you could spin it full throttle all the way through, and it would just stick. No more. Like what I found is that like you can get it turned in, but then it just starts washing away from you. So you got this combination of coming out of the throttle, maybe using a little bit of brake. So you've maybe got like 20 kph less minimum corner speed through there now. So yeah, there's going to be next season's going to be interesting, because the lines that you could take, the braking points that you could take, aren't going to be the same anymore.
Yeah, I'm terrified of taking the Ferrari around Zandvoort. terrified.
I still have to take the.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
The
Well,
McLaren
we've got
around
Zandvoort
that
practice service. We can jump on it in a bit to.
I feel like the Ferrari's going to be okay at Zandvoort, though. I feel like it's the kind of circuit that suits that car a little bit better than like a Bathurst, for instance.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Zandvoort because it's a cuck track for me anyway.
Spa in the rain
What I am
is going
worried
to
about
be
is Spa and Eau Rouge.
in the wet. Is going to be
Yes.
tricky in a Ferrari, yeah.
Yeah, who designed this league?
Yeah, I was
That would be
actually
Bertus.
It's gonna drag him out in the streets and beat him.
I was actually quite keen for Spa in the wet until this update came. I thought, oh, I don't know, Don't know about this Ferrari and like stopping at the bus stop in the
The
wet.
other thing is, we also don't know how the cars are going to behave in the wet because we've not
Yeah.
seen any wet races since the update. So
I don't think that it's going to be a wet Spa. I think Bart is going to change it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
here's a question I'm going to put out to the group. Do I keep with the Ferrari for the next season, or I change it up?
I think you need to guess
it's
it.
going to be a personal thing.
But
But I'm definitely changing
I'm
because the
changing.
Ferrari absolutely sucks ass after the update.
Yeah, and lots of people, like all the top streamers, like when like Daniel was saying, I don't know if you were still in the channel or not last night, but Daniel was just talking about Fotch, who's probably between, I would say, him and Tanitsa, the best in the world on ACC and the Ferrari, and he was sucking ass like hard.
Oh, really?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
KSR,
let's look Super Bowl.
KSR race face made it.
Audi 1, 2, and 3.
Porsche, Audi, and Aston, ATK, that's Morgan and them. And
So Audi is quick, hey?
yeah,
Yeah.
let's see.
Monkey went with a BMW.
Yeah, that's Crow Company then though.
Oh,
Yeah.
but they did well then. Holy shit, they made
Yeah.
they made 8th.
The Crow Cup is fast, like no lies, that dude's rapid.
So KSR has got one team in there.
PWR Vipers through. I think that's Slick Racing. That is SA in them, isn't it? Oh no, that's Sim Racing Masterclass. It'll be
Is
SA.
Slick Racing not in the old Porsche?
Yeah, Slick Racing is going to console themselves with the fact that they're still in it with the Trans. They're still.
But it must be because the new Porsche is 2019 Porsche. Yeah.
How's that car then? Because I remember pre 1.8 update, the older cars weren't subject to BOP.
That's interesting.
That's it. That's it. Jason Abs, my incident.
Oh, it's a little hack then, isn't it? Don't you think?
Technically, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's taking advantage of a loophole.
We should have come in the V12S. The V12S was actually always quite fast at Kyalami.
I wonder if they're going to say anything about 7th now on the stream.
Kom.
Okay, it's Venter and Deploy, that's race face.
Oh, okay. Is Bertus not racing for KSR?
Bertus
Not in
does,
this-
yes.
He's camping, but he's camping this weekend.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, he's not at home.
I mean, they've done what they needed to do to make it into the top 10.
Yeah, Foch was struggling with the Ferrari. I think he's also going to change his weapon of choice very, very soon.
Yeah. Like at this point, like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go BMW, but I'm also seriously considering
Merc.
or Merc. Yeah, that'll be my top 3, I think.
Funny enough, I was actually considering the Merc before the update, switching up next season.
It's just like the thing with the Merc is
So-
tight, because it's got so much torque, you tend to lose the rear a little bit if you don't manage to throttle properly. So that's the only thing that I was thinking.
Well, you saw I'm fairly gentle on the throttle.
Guys, I'm surprised why a hybrid is not in the top 10. What happened there?
Because Daniel missed his quali. They had to they had to get off the plane because of an unidentified bag.
For fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I was gonna say,
It's either they had to get
Baker
off
was
the
fast.
plane or they unloaded all the baggage because of the unidentified bag, and that caused a delay. So he should have been home at 1 o'clock. He only got home at like 3:30.
I mean, you've got to ask these drivers what their mental state is at this stage of the game. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting Super Bowl, I think.
two Porsches there. No, three.
Three Porsches.
Yeah.
But the Porsche in number.
It's two of them.
Yeah.
Oh, two of them are the old Porsche.
Yeah, PWSR and Slick have gone with the old Porsche. And then BWR and KSR are in the 2019 version. But I think Daniel's right. I think they found a little loophole in the BOP.
They shouldn't be allowing older cars there.
Yeah, it's this Harry scenario all over again.
They've got to hit this one out the park. The pressure's on, and you don't just have the pressure of yourself that you got to worry about. You got the pressure of the team that's on you as well. And as you said, it's not just necessarily a team of 2 or 3. There could be a whole crew of guys in the background there trying to make sure that.
Yeah, and we've definitely got a whole crew of guys. We've got race engineers, we've got marketing people, social media, the works group.
Yeah, come join our Discord. You'll see how big our teams are.
Yeah.
Vested interest in the team performing, and that's what we're going to see today. We're going to see people rubbing their hands together as their drivers make their way, as their chosen driver makes their way onto the circuit.
I mean, whatever happens, they put their car on the top 10 in the grid, and on a 50-car grid, that's not a bad place to be, is it? You're going to be ahead of half the traffic. That first hour is going to be a little bit easier.
Who do you think is going to drive? Surely Jordan's going to drive for GTWR.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Is he qualified for them?
I don't know. I see their team because they're racing under custom cuts. I see they've made a because also like Jordan's much more stable under pressure in qualifying than Tariq. So I would think that they would send Jordan out.
Ken has said, well done, Luke and Tariq. We've got Zoot saying, yeah, I think I lost more sweat than my.
Isn't it just Luke and Tariq? No Jordan? Because I didn't see Sherritt in qualifying 1. He wasn't in my session, and I didn't see his name on the board in session 3.
Maybe he's too busy. Maybe he's too busy working for CDA and trying to get their new setups out.
Yeah, but then only 2 of their 3 drivers would have set a time, which means they wouldn't have made it to Super Bowl. That's exactly what happened to Lego and them.
Yeah, I
only
think
2 of 3 drivers set a time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I also can't remember seeing Jordan in any of the.
Jordan's not in this race.
Yeah.
This is just, guys, keep those comments coming. We love to hear from you. And what I love to see is Super Bowl. So we're waiting frantically on the side. Well, I'm not being frantic. The guys in the back.
Also, haven't seen some of the real life drivers. Like I haven't seen Brad Liebenberg.
I've got Honey Tea over here. I've got Honey Tea.
Apparently the Scribantes are very slow.
They are like 44s.
The one in my session hold me up twice.
Paul was also moaning.
Flash that fucker. Ooh, bastard.
Well, I think he hold up Paul actually on his last lap.
Ja, jy sê so gesê ja.
Want ek het van die pad afgetrek sodat Paul kan verbygaan en toe sien ek van Scribanti het my opgehou. Toe trek ek van die pad af.
Yeah, but you check like in real racing, they don't move. So they don't have like what we have in like the gentleman's agreements in sim racing. In real racing, it's like if you want to get past, you get past. I'm not going to get off my line.
But then again, qualifying, yeah, it's also like 20 minutes. So
yeah. Because like if you watch like in some of the Titan tracks, if you watch the qualifying runs, it's like there's max traffic.
Oh, yeah.
And the Oaks are like dive bombing each other into corners to get track position on the formation laps or the warm up laps.
People always tell me, "Oh man, you must have worked so hard." All I do is talk. Okay, all I do is talk. Dan, you too. Okay, so don't pretend to be working hard in the background. I apologize. You are. I apologize. Well done for putting that together, by the way. I mean, you guys have done a sterling credit. You guys have done a sterling job. Really, I'm very proud to be part of this virtual Kyalami 9 hour, and I think as I log into the Super Bowl server here myself, this is going to be absolutely epic at this stage. Waiting to see who goes out first. The drivers.
So are they going to run it like in real life, where they send a car out every 90 seconds?
Yeah.
That's exactly it, and then they get one flying lap. So you get your out lap, your flying lap, and then your in lap. Well, wherever you park after you've crossed the start finish.
From yesterday could be the guy that needs 10 laps to dial in.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. No, it's weird. It's the second time my Discord has crashed.
Yeah, that's odd.
It's all the Logitech stuff that you've got. The sport's getting confused.
What, my headset and my steering wheel?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And your pedals.
Oh, yeah, well, you know what I mean, though.
Speaking of pedal toggle, did you go stiffer on your brake pedal?
No.
Not.
No, I watched Aries' stream last night, and he explained the scenario around the braking, and I actually made some changes based on what he suggested, and it actually worked. So I'm not changing.
Yeah. Okay. I just find like to execute on that strategy, like I find the stiffer the brake pedal is, the more feel I have. So it makes it a little bit easier to bleed that little bit more. For me anyway.
Older of the McCall brothers out for this one. He said Daniel Rowe not yet today.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it where it is right now because it's
working,
easy
it's
for
working.
me to because it's not too stiff. Remember just that if the pedals are too stiff, when you start bleeding off, you might actually let go too much. So I've got about 40 odd mils of travel on my pedal at the moment. So it's easier just to control the braking by letting go and putting it on. Yes,
I also thought so, and then Paul gave me some of his rubbers.
Yeah.
Kit. Because I also thought it's too stiff.
Yeah.
You know, when I was down in Cape Town, but I've gone medium stiffness, and it's definitely better than the stock feel.
Yeah, look, I didn't buy the performance kit when I bought the pedals. I'm actually looking at getting it, so I will eventually change the rubbers. But for right now,
like I find honestly, like I've got
it's not bad.
Mine are set to 120 kilos, and that feels best for me.
So yeah, I just didn't get the performance kit. But still, these pedals are it's 10 light years difference between this and the Logitechs I used to have.
Yeah, but they're one of the best pedals that you can get, I reckon. I mean, like,
And what pedals are they?
the Fanatec
The
V3s.
Fanatec Club Sport V3.
Oh, okay, Fanatec. Well, there we go.
Yeah. No, but like, honestly, I reckon, I mean, like, there's so many different pedals on the market these days. It's not just the one or two, but I still feel like the V3s are up there. They can compete with, I mean, all the load cell based pedals. I mean, like, the hydraulics are a different thing, but I reckon that, I mean, for the extra money, I don't think that Husing poles are worth the upgrade over V3s.
You know, with my budget in mind, these were the best pedals that I could buy, and I've been enjoying them from day one.
No, they're really good. I think they're very good.
The overseas drivers are excited for this, yeah.
Has anyone, going away from sort of pedals, has anyone actually ever used the PlayStation Challenge before?
No, I've never. No.
No, so a friend of mine who used to do sim racing doesn't do it now. He's selling his PlayStation Challenge sort of chair or set for 2.5. So I was thinking of buying it.
Not really. Go get yourself a Jutech rig. They're about another £1,000, but it's proper, like proper.
Oh, what rig?
It's Jutech. They've got not the greatest websites or anything, but just Google Jutech. They're based in Krugersdorp. And they custom manufacture. So they've got they've got a couple of different models. I've got the GT version, which was a bit more money. But
Actually, aren't they sponsoring this
correct.
Kyalami as well?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But the rig is solid for the money. Like, I mean, you're going to pay double the price for a profile setup.
For an extrusion,
Yeah. So I paid like 7.5 all in all, but I bought a monitor stand as well. So I think it was 3.7 if I'm not mistaken for the rig, and then
The rigs are very reasonably priced.
Yeah, they're good though. Hey, like he put like a double thick base plate on for me because of the direct drive, and he just wasn't sure. So, but John, there's such lacquer, like Stephen, and there's such lacquer oats to deal with. So my recommendation is rather rather make that future-proof yourself as well. So like if you ever want to upgrade your wheel, at least you've got a rig that can handle a stronger wheel as well.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be a development. It was supposed to be an urban development, a business park potentially. And Toby Fenter, I mean, the fact that
Toby Fenter must cry. You have to refund all that ticket money.
Yeah.
Well, it's only 2,000 people, so it's not that much. But I think the fact that it's not happening is quite hectic.
Yeah, because now he's losing out on all the money from GC World Challenge as well.
You know what they lose out on big time is all the VIP stuff, eh?
And all the it's all like the alcohol and all the concession stuff and the catering and all that stuff. Yeah.
And granted, non-refundable deposits and stuff has been paid, guaranteed.
100%.
So there's been investment. So apart from the fact that he has to pay back the money, that's not the end of his world. That's the money he would have used to recoup the costs or the investment he's made to get the event.
Yeah.
The money that he spent up to the point of saying, okay, this is how much we're going to charge for a ticket. That's the money he's not getting back.
Yeah, no, but you're right. It's the hospitality that'll really be the knock.
What's that? Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, someone's been mentioned.
Oh, I saw that.
I mean, some of those hospitality tickets, I don't know if you saw, they're like 17,000 rand, eh?
Yeah, but if you're a major corporate, I mean, like especially like car manufacturers, like we used to do that kind of stuff all the time when I was working in the motor industry. So like,
yep,
that's where they won't. Let me tell you something. Like major manufacturers aren't going to be scared, especially where they have like Audi, BMW, Mercedes, where they have performance cars in their lineups. They're not going to be scared to go and get clients that buy their top products they'll drop 200-300k no problem or something like that.
That's the thing. That's where the organisers lose a lot of
100%. 100%. The same as like if you look at the rugby, like the known being in the rugby, like the unions are cucking because they're struggling to recoup the boxes.
Yeah.
That's where they're losing the most money.
We've got the usual suspect drivers in the mix.
What's that? You got suspect drivers in the mix?
I'd like to
Usual suspects, so the usual names.
Various podiums. I'd like to speak to some new people when we talk to the winning drivers over the next couple of days.
Hello.
New talent.
Hello.
Hello.
Hopefully some new talent. Kyalami Mawa, for example, from GT Sport. Now,
I think Super Bowl is about to start, maybe.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
I'm also going to be right back. I want to be back.
Yeah, I'll have another beer, thanks.
It takes a while. It takes a while to get used to the physics. So, Kalen, well done for and making the leap.
Yeah, it's great to see a few people come from different aspects, and we're going to see different podiums anyway. We're going to have a podium for the silver class, and we're going to have a program for the pro-am class. So we're going to get to speak to quite a few drivers in the next 9 hours, or 9 hours tomorrow. It's going to be interesting to see those classes. We're just waiting for the server to get repopulated. We had difficulty with the first server.
Is this Daniel, a South African guy? Doesn't sound. He obviously sounds pommy, but is he based in South Africa?
I'm not actually too sure.
Guys getting excited for this Super Pole shootout. And,
oh yes,
it will be there, and it'll be so quick when it comes. It'll be worth it.
Oh yeah. Totally. At the moment, I'm on one of the servers. I'm not on the right server. Yeah, this looks like I see Leslie Oliphant, Elric Enslin, Bartle, and Essa in the mix over there. And I don't like that BMW girl, but I do like that BMW. The racing BMW. I think it's
retired. I think it's brilliant. I absolutely hated it. I was one of those guys who posted joke memes on Facebook.
Oh yeah, you were those guys, yeah.
You couldn't help it because it was just funny. And now it's like, actually, it's not too I'll forgive it. And then, especially in the M4 GT3, that looks flipping cool, doesn't it? It really does look pretty epic. I don't think if you forgive anything, most of it looks so good. Maybe the road going version won't quite so much yet, but we'll get there. Oh
yeah, we'll definitely get there. And I mean, I'd like to see that car up, as I said earlier, I'd like to see that car up close and personal. Going through the comments here as well. Hilton's Gaming giving us a shout out. Chris Heineke says Leslie is going to take Super Bowl. I think. Oh yeah. That's, I mean, he's got he's got the arm emoji as well. So clearly he believes that Leslie Oliphant's going to be the man for the job.
But he showed yesterday that he's
teammate after all. Yeah. I mean, the two of them, Chris Heineke did a 40.9, Leslie Oliphant did a 40.0, Marcus Steyn did a 40.7, and I mean, they were right on top of the standings yesterday. Slick racing they were. So, I mean, he's got every right to be confident in his
So who do we want to get pole points? Who do we want to get pole?
I was literally just thinking that.
I would want the BMW to be on pole.
just phenomenal.
Just because I'm a fan.
I would never have guessed if you told me.
Fanboying,
No.
Am I that obvious?
But actually, I'm also like I actually built an M3 DTM wheel, it's like a little project, and I've got a Born in M-Town sticker on it. So I'm also a bit of a fanboy.
Well, it's like that new Fanatic wheel for the M4.
Yeah, it's not even that expensive as that like sort of elite level wheels go. It's like $1,300. So
I think that wheel gets used in the real car.
And it's exactly exactly the same wheel. So it's not bad. Like if you look at like a GSI or a Cube Controls, like the top level ones, those are all like 2,000 plus.
Yeah, it's just
You're talking about money that I can only dream of.
No, sure.
It's a bit hectic.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of my income is dollar based, so like I dig it when Julius speaks, and I speak more often.
I mean, there's probably, all of them have got a chance, but there's probably half a dozen that have got. You'd almost wouldn't.
You can actually hear, like on the phone, NetBank Global, and ask them to transfer money. You can hear the cringe in their voice because they know that I've waited for something to happen, and then it's like, can I have some money?
Traders are like, fuck you.
No, I dig it. Like I mean, like I do quite a lot of forex trading as well. It's one of the things I've actually I trade for a capital firm, and so like the oaks are all like, like we're looking to buy back the rand. And I was like, don't do shit like that, mate. Don't be stupid. you stay on the sell side. The rand is going down, but.
Will be the person that can cope with just that one. That's the guy that's just going to pull it out of the bag with one lap. I've seen it all the time. There's a few names there.
Well, I've been joined by Wayne Riddell. He's going to be talking us through the penalty structure. How's it, Wayne? Pull up a chair. And good, thanks. I know that you can't hear the music, and Dan on the other side.
It's fine.
Just come closer this way.
Always in your lap.
There we go. Yeah. Let's get cozy. This is Wayne Riddell over here, folks.
Hey guys.
He is your steward for tomorrow and today. Wayne, could you tell us about the penalty structure and how we're going to be punishing?
Do you think I'm still going to get penalties for incident and quality?
If it was logged, yes.
Change that's going to happen tomorrow that I may not have been aware of.
If it's valid. Otherwise, they wouldn't have opened a penalty system. What's the point of asking people to log and they're not going to take any action?
No, you got a very valid point there.
But just like, I got punted quite badly.
Because it's over 9 hours.
Yeah.
I hope they're going to be strict tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I think this like gives us an SAGC steward as well, so it's like a proper real life steward.
My reason for that is that we don't have a post that we can talk about penalties.
Sure, okay. Not messing around.
Much better like this.
Well, agreed. It'll deter the guys from getting up to shit in the race. And when they do, because they think they can get away with it, like other leagues, they will be penalized, and people like us will make up positions.
What's the guy saying now?
They're just talking about like warnings and drive-throughs and when you need to take your drive-through and stuff. And Donald, I disagree. Like nothing gets past you, Stuart.
we try, but that's a good thing, right?
No, it's a good thing. I thought
Are you still sorry?
Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm looking at you, Kevin.
You must be. Or is he even talking to me now?
He's not talking at all.
No,
to
like,
anyone.
I appealed, but I didn't appeal it. I just wanted clarity.
It's drive-throughs tomorrow if you cause cuck.
That's how it is in the real world. You cause cuck on those tracks, you can drive.
Yeah, that's gonna ruin anyone's race.
Yeah, not really. Like one drives through in a 9-hour race, you can reach up
Jeff, we can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
No, we can't hear you. We can hear echoes.
And now?
So much quieter without Jeff around. Yeah, such a good teammate he is.
I was hoping you wouldn't.
Because then I'd have to relate.
Hello?
Like a translator.
Can you hear me now?
Sea fight or something.
Sea fight or something. Anyway, there you go.
Jackie Lane's keeping very quiet there.
She's mentally preparing for tomorrow's race.
Yeah,
which is very good.
Good stuff. I like it.
Can you hear me now, Kevin?
You're very, very soft.
Oh, that's weird. Hang on, let me.
How's it?
How's it?
Hey.
How's it?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm somewhat Moerin at BA on your behalf.
I'm pissed off, yeah.
That's a cuck one. Sorry to hear that, man.
So good. It's frustrating when you book.
But I think it's necessary. You want to cover all your bases. We've got to cover our bases.
It's the second time it's happened to me now in a month.
Really?
Yeah, you book in the morning, and then they fuck up your flight, and you go home in the afternoon or evening.
No, sorry, man, that's rough.
Nah, it is what it is. What do you do? What do you do though? You know, you can be that guy that fucking goes crazy on the plane and shouts and screams, but it's not going to do anything.
And then they lock you out.
Yeah, then I was about to say, then they throw you out.
Then your Saturday morning delay becomes a whole weekend trip.
Dude, it was a huge fuck up because they had a trainee. Only one staff member doing the flight check-ins and bag drops. One, and she was a trainee, and then the systems went offline. So she had to do everything manually on her own. The whole of the Joburg flight first, and then all the Cape Town flight. So we were already flying an hour later, and then eventually we all get to the thing. We get in the plane. Now there's an unidentified bag. So guess what? Everyone off.
Yeah.
Everyone off. Go identify your bag. Everyone back on again.
I suppose they're keeping to sort of safety precautions. So
yeah, I mean, but
it's good on that side, but it buggers everything up after that.
Yeah.
So now everything else is delayed from there.
Yeah, no, you can't complain when they need to identify a bag. You never know what's on the bag.
Yeah.
Or in the bag, it's a risk. So obviously, but it's just one problem led to the next. And then there were people that were foreigners that were going onto international flights, and they were going to be late. It was a fuck up. So when we landed. Everyone had to sit, and all the people that needed to go, they just grabbed their shit and ran, dude. Yo, it was intense.
Okay, new Super Bowl list is up.
You know that it's the deadline is tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. in the UK. If you land after 4 a.m., 2 weeks quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are
and it's
rushing.
£2,000 in a hotel room that doesn't have any windows or whatnot, by the way, you have to pay.
Yeah, it's your cost. Daniel, was the unidentified bag your helmet?
That's crazy. Oh, so the new Super Pole list is up. That's quite interesting now.
Yeah, it's a complete cock up, man.
A new Super Bowl list.
Yep.
Probably some penalties were given.
Custom cutters.
Look, there's a Porsche that disappeared.
There's two Porsches that disappeared.
And there's now two BMWs in there. No, only one Porsche disappeared. There's still
there were four Porsches, weren't there?
Yeah, but there's still four. One in fourth, one in seventh, and one in ninth.
That's three.
So one of the 2019 Porsches disappeared. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Why did the retro car get 10th?
Because of a penalty. Someone above them got a penalty, so they moved up.
What penalty?
Sorry, is not there.
Someone logged an incident in quali, I'm sure.
Here he says he sincerely apologizes for the error. Failed to notice that a formula wasn't correctly updated in a few cells, so it's not a penalty. It was just a mistaken.
Yes, this is frustrating. I think we would have been 6.
Yeah,
on average, we would have been 6. I don't think we would have fought the Audis and the Porsches, but I think we would have been ahead of PWSR.
Yep.
So 6. No, ahead of ATK and PWSR. I think we would have been 6.
Yeah, if you look at average
we
pace.
don't know. We don't have a value there yet.
Yeah, fixed it.
Fixed it, yeah. Plugging it in might help.
All the way at the back, or do you just start behind the top 10 with the aggregate of the two times?
They take your Bago and Arno's time.
Yeah, divided by 2.
Plus whichever driver was the slowest time. So that's
plus 30 seconds.
Plus 30 seconds. Why on earth they add 30 seconds? It makes no fucking sense.
But that puts you right at the back of the grid, because there's no way that I was 30 seconds slower than Bago.
Exactly. But if that's a real life rule, that's a bit off, if you ask me. Doesn't make sense. Like how does that? Why do you even bother adding the time?
Yeah, but like, what happens?
Yeah,
but like, what happens? Like, say, like in real life, somebody crashes in practice and they've got injuries, but they can fix the car, but one driver isn't able to drive. Do you get like
to the back of the grid?
Plus 30 seconds.
Yeah.
No, they get.
Well,
they just
no,
go to the
I
back
think
of the grid.
the plus 30 seconds is maybe a game thing to force the team down to the back. Because it's not like real life. You can tell the guy, pull in last, because you probably get teleported in the game because you're that far ahead or behind your actual position on the grid. So if they add the time to your quali time, it literally forces the game to push your car all the way to the back of the grid.
Okay. But at least there's like at least 3 other teams that aren't gonna hold you guys up.
Yeah, but you'll work your way through the field fairly quickly as well. You'll go through the AM and the pro AM guys like a hot knife through butter.
What do you mean, Jeff? I'm fucking racing those like
blocking those fuckers.
I'm changing strategy. So our strategy would have worked out that we would need to do a 50-minute stint at the end. If we run full tanks every stint, we'll end up doing a 50-minute stint at the end. So I've changed the strategy and I flipped it around. So we're going to do 50 minutes in the beginning so that we stop early and then run full tanks to the end. So that we are sync to everyone, but we have clear track all the time.
That's going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
Except when you come across an orange Aston.
The only pitfall with your strategy that I can see... Sorry, finish first, Jeff.
No, I was just talking shit. You carry on.
Only pitfall with your strategy is where people get drive-through penalties and repair cars that crashed. That's going to influence you.
Why?
Because they'll be out of sync as well.
Yeah, but I mean,
there's going to be 50 cars on the track.
Yeah, and with 50 cars on the grid,
chaos. Doesn't matter what the fuck you do.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the mine shaft and it's going to go green, I think.
No, I think flipping the strategy is still going to be better.
Yeah, but also like
at 10 to 15, you're essentially stopping 15 minutes early. So you're going to drive 15 minutes
on fresh tires.
On fresh tires, clear track. So you're going to jump easily 10 cars straight by doing that. There's going to be a massive battle in the pack. You'll see.
Yeah.
The pace is going to be like 46s, 45s. I bet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First 10, 15 minutes is going to be slow. And then even until the first hour, there's going to be massive battles.
Yeah.
I think, the first 5 laps are going to be particularly slow until we've got like a train going. And then the battle starts for position.
Yeah. We were doing last weekend.
Here we go.
For Kyalami, we did 46s for a while.
Super Bowl on, Abs Maya out.
But also, Daniel, we got enough guys that are in the other car that we can kind of work out your delta and see when you need to put to get into speed there.
Yeah.
That's Jason.
Is this reverse grid or what?
No, the slowest car goes first. So the quickest car will go.
Where did they get
Tariq will go last.
wireframe to do liveries? Because the official one hasn't been released.
No, but the Oaks have got. I've seen quite a few guys in with custom liveries.
I think they've pulled it from iRacing probably.
They could have done, yeah.
Well, Bunetik said on his stream that the official wireframe was actually leaked.
What?
Yeah.
Who's got the wireframe?
No, but they could have used the iRacing one. And just
in-game one.
And just figured it out.
Listen, don't you guys think the BMW looks like a Lexus from behind?
No.
It does, that's
No.
why.
It does a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
And from the front,
Phone rang.
Maybe from a distance.
Yeah, I don't see it looking at the car from the
yeah.
back.
But also from the front, if you look quick, it looks like the GT4.
It's just that square look that it looks like.
Yeah, the lights are very different.
The back of the car is, and the rear fenders are similar to the Lexus. It's got that square fender.
Yes.
I like
And
the way
because
the
the wheel
M4
arch-
sits in the game, eh? It looks good.
Yeah.
It does.
Drives nicely, I like it.
I haven't even driven it yet.
You
The
reckon?
car looks really good. I might actually drive it for its looks next season.
I'm gonna take it.
You
I'm gonna
reckon?
take it. Nice. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it, I think.
Yes, please, because I need setup help. But Dan, you want to go half when we buy the CDAs for it?
Yeah, sure.
You reckon Jason has space for Race Face Pro still?
Jason Absmire.
I sure would.
Yeah, you can race in pro.
I just feel like Pro's gotten faster, like over the last season or two.
Yeah, it has. But there are still drivers at the bottom. I would say that are sort of still similar to Pro Am time. So Jason's not slow. He just doesn't. When he doesn't put in time, he looks slow.
I reckon Jason's fast.
He's not a look. If you compare him to the names that are on that list, he's not that fast compared to them.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
Not at all.
But there's a fast Oaks in that list. Then.
But every now and then he surprises on a certain track with a certain car. Like he's got some pace, but he's not on those guys' level.
I think Esa might take it, eh?
Yeah, I think Esa will take it.
Yeah.
Some quick guys there, like Absmire is very fast, Pro Cup is fast. Like I rate Patterson, I think Patterson's very quick. Esa.
Patterson's a durs.
But he's a fast durs.
He can be fast, yeah. But I mean, if you compare him to the other Porsche,
He's no way. Yeah, he's no way. Yeah.
So, and he used to be Porsche always. So, you know, if you think about that, he's underperforming.
That's an interesting livery.
BWR. I did that in qualifying and I got an invalidation.
What?
Well,
You went too far right then.
Yeah, I was trying to go wide to carry the speed onto the lap, and I got an invalidation in game.
This guy can be quick, Mark.
That corner you're talking about at the
When he really puts in the effort, then he surprises. But most of the
No,
time,
because he was low down for a long time.
No, but he's got pace though.
he can be quick. Bullerfant's quick.
But he's not on the list though.
He is. He's driving. Marcus Stein is when you'll see when he goes out the pit, it'll show his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you would think because I mean, like he's pretty untouchable in the Porsche Kyalami.
Yeah, the only reason it shows Marcus Stein is because he's driver
He hasn't
one.
clicked on drive yet. Yes. Okay. Okay.
The same with Crowcamp. I think Ross will be qualifying. Ross Bartle. Those two guys are from my hometown. I used to kart against Ross when we were youngsters. Crowcamp used to race bikes, and then we actually 3 years ago we were racing against each other in a 4-stroke karting endurance championship.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How did testing go?
Good. Good, yeah. It's difficult to gauge because we raced, or we were practicing on a green circuit. It's very dusty and dirty, and there were a lot of storms apparently.
Yeah.
So generally a good feel, no traction.
Okay.
Even
Cool.
through the high-speed corners.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was close.
40.9. Nice.
Nice. Ross Bartle going out to the Beamer.
Daniel, what track?
Red Star.
Oh, there we go. Bartle, you're right.
Is tricky.
But the car,
It's
been raining like a mofo out that side.
yeah. But I think it's also mostly just about like how the car feels more than like what kind of pace you manage to do.
Yeah, well, we had everyone else's data. We had the data from the people that raced it this year in GTC.
Okay.
And we could compare, and we drilled them in all the corners, even though the track was slower. But you can see traction areas they just had upper hand because they were driving on a day where there were 4 or 5 different classes that have been laying down rubber.
Rubber, yeah.
And the conditions weren't windy. Apparently, we had fucking massive winds that day.
Yeah.
Does the Golf feel a bit different to the Jetta, then, like on handling overall?
Yeah, it's a lot more nimble. Jetta was a very understeery car. I think it was aero related. So, but yeah, we were about I was a second off pole. But we were 8 k's down on the straights.
Okay.
That's quite a lot.
Maybe if I had a wind that, like a headwind that might have affected your straight line.
A little bit, but 8 k's is a shitload.
Yeah.
Remember, it's 8 k's. That's 4 to 8 k's on every straight on Red Star. So it's about 3/10 a straight.
Yep.
Yeah. And also, Red Star doesn't have like super long straights.
Yeah. No, they've got one long back straight.
It's one long back straight.
And then a fairly long one in the middle, and then there's 2 short ones.
Yo, are you seeing how Bartle is just tapping the brakes in
Yeah.
mid corner to
Turn
stay the
it.
car?
To turn it, yeah. Yeah, he's turning the car on the brakes.
Yeah,
Dealing with that
very interesting.
Also, like, Daniel, like, what do you think? Like, we were just saying earlier before you came in that the way they've changed the physics is to make it more like real cars, like with the understeer and stuff. Would you also say so?
Hey, just hang on. Say that again.
We're just saying that the physics have changed to be more like actual race cars, which are normally quite understeery.
Yeah. I think there's still a lot of things that need to be patched. Maybe I must still drive after they've done all these new updates yesterday and today. But like it's by far more realistic than any other sim, that's for sure. But I don't know. I think I just had a bad experience with the Ferrari. The Ferrari just generally on Bathurst felt horrible until race day on Thursday. So the race day Thursday it actually felt really, really cool. But the fact that the rear was getting light in the braking zones and that's look, the GDC car does that because I run the bias quite far to the rear as well, just to rotate the car.
Yeah.
In the Honda, the understeer was quite excessive. But you see, that's it. You know, we're all running on default setups and old setups, and once you adjust everything, you'll start to feel it. Judge
everybody will retune the cars and they'll start doing better times again.
Yeah, it's difficult to judge, but so far it definitely feels more realistic in terms of the grip, the tire model, and that.
Yeah.
Like before the update, you could send the car and it was difficult to lock up, and you could just get on the throttle straight away. You can't really do that now.
No, definitely not.
You have to be more patient, stabilize the car.
And you can't.
From that perspective, yes, more realistic.
Yeah. You can't stand on the throttle anymore. Like the traction control is much more unforgiving. So like if you stand on it, you're gonna go sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I tried Ferrari. I reduced the TC, and the thing was just sliding like an animal.
But also, it's quite realistic because, like, if you watch qualifying sessions in the real world, the Ferrari does move around quite a lot in heavy braking zones.
Yeah.
It's a Porsche pole so far.
Kieran, 40.7.
Good lap, yeah. Nice.
S and Tariq both smashed out, I think.
This Aston livery doesn't look so bad, eh?
That's nice.
I like it.
It actually looks, of all the 80k liveries, this looks the best.
The car feels like a long way off pace since the update, I'm not gonna lie. Like, everybody seems to be battling in the Aston.
Yeah, compared to last weekend. Yeah, compared to last weekend, Jeff, the thing is completely different.
Different car. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, because like if you look at I was looking at the BMP, it looks like they gave it more spool on the turbo, but it just doesn't feel like.
What do you mean? Sorry, I'm talking to the commentators. Sorry. They're saying this Oak's so young. Is that what they said? Morgan?
I think that they're getting confused with Junior.
Yeah.
Morgan's like 27 or 28.
Yeah, he's a toppy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so what does that make me then?
Yeah, I was about to say, 27 and 28 is a toppy. What the hell?
I can't believe it.
In January.
I'm gonna have to collect my pension soon.
I'm a pensioner already.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep quiet. Yeah, that's pretty much the Aston for you at the moment.
Yeah, but just everywhere, like on all tracks with all drivers. Like, I mean, it's not just us. It's like Darking battled with it, Luke battled with it in ACR.
Yeah, but these are decent sectors. 30.6 is fast. What? It's saying sector 3, 30.6. Where's the sector 1 gone?
Yeah.
It seems to, I think it's a bug because like all the guys have been like, but they have the sector 1 as a link coming up.
Yeah, with this ACC TV.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be the most stable platforms.
E2, 40.8.
Okay, I'm about 10 seconds behind you guys.
Not a bad lap.
I feel like it's strong for the Aston.
I think Aston's still strong, yeah. It's just, it's setup, man.
Let's see what Ulrich can
Audi
do.
naturally is fast here, so you probably don't need to adjust setup as much to get it on pace.
Yeah, we've got like denied with setup help earlier on, so yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Erasmus.
The Honda can be very quick here. I think it just needs more setup time.
But I think it's also the kind of car that really needs to be set up to get pace out of it to start with.
Yeah. see his top speed.
Yes, they've been working on 666 all three sessions, eh?
241 in quali. We're getting 239 in the race. So in the race, we're going to be passing some cars on the straight.
The only thing with this Audi is it's super strong in the wet. If we're going to have a lot of wet tomorrow, the Audis are going to fucking dominate, dude.
I think the Astons are going to be fast too.
I was about to say, the Aston seems to be
best car.
pretty stable in the wet. The wet running I did yesterday was pretty stable.
Yeah, it feels okay in the wet.
I think on Kyalami in the wet, Audi's got more pace, but it's going to be more. I think it's more sketchy in the wet than the Aston. So
yeah, I think so. It's on the limit
more tricky to drive. Yeah. Like Aston, it's more comfortable to be at that pace. You know.
Yeah.
Well, if they're gonna work on weather, real weather, then we're not gonna have rain tomorrow.
No, by the looks of it, it's gonna hold off.
Yeah, because in between.
Well, like last hour or something, maybe.
No, in between.
Was it 5 and 6? Well, I saw 5 and 6 in the afternoon. It was gonna rain.
No, it shows.
Pretty dead middle sector for Ulrich.
Tomorrow is no rain on Google.
Nothing.
Oh no, yeah, it's changed. It's changed now.
Ooh, got qualified by Patterson.
Yeah.
Nice.
His Alaric's lines are so bad. I don't know.
That was Leslie. I think Leslie will go home.
Remember, Essa's also still needs to go out.
This Porsche looks awesome. My opinion, I really think this Porsche looks really good.
What, the livery?
Yeah, it just looks like a race car. It looks like a real life 9-hour car. No, I dig it. No, they did a good job on that livery as well.
That is nice.
It's clean. It's clean. It's
got a little bit of an African vibe to it as well.
Yeah, it's copying our colors.
If they want
when the livery was submitted, I can promise you that it's more yellow than orange. That's because of
they weren't actually orange and black before. They were Slick Racing was, I think, white and black like their logo on the car. And I think they had some red, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. I wonder if they didn't just go with orange and black for the vibe, that African look or something. I don't know.
Daniel, ek dink ek weet hoe sou jy hierdie livery competition gewen het.
Ja, ek ook. Ek het 'n goeie idee.
Ja, jy moes 'n pikswart kar gemaak het met 'n candlelight in die middel.
Ja.
I knew you were going down that road.
Ja, load shedding.
That's funny.
The candlelight. Oh, that's sort of a generator.
I think you mentioned earlier on that it's a top speed of 228 km.
Well, I could have made it look like a Honda generator.
Ja, ek stem saam.
Okay,
It's a bit glitchy there.
He was faster than Sector 3, so I think he's going to pull.
Yeah, I think so.
Good exit.
Oh, 310.
Yes, please.
Smashed him.
Oh,
Smashed him. And only really, well, you got, I mean, all three that are left, Tariq, Brian, and Essa, all very quick, so.
Yeah, but the best time from Brian was a 3, and he took 15 minutes to do that. So he's got 1 lap now to try and beat that. Not so easy.
Flashing lights as well.
No, actually faster.
And the camera's on them.
Daniel?
Hello.
Aren't you mates with Daniel Fast?
Okay. Daniel Race.
That's a bit mean, eh? That's a bit mean.
Call him Iko.
You have no idea the pain I went through since Dan joined the WhatsApp group. I'm mentally scarred for life.
Aren't you mates with Leslie?
Leslie Oliphant.
Yeah.
Why?
Tell them we want their that we want the Porsche.
I can ask
the
Arno.
setup.
I can ask Arno Fasagi to ask them. I don't think they're running a superb setup. I think the Porsche naturally is quick here, and Leslie's just a fast driver.
But wasn't
So you're saying that?
I think you're gonna waste your time with their setup.
We just cock.
No, it's not. It's just I think the setup's gonna probably be very similar to what you have. I don't because if you look at Heineke and Marcus Stein, they're not lapping what Oliphant's lapping. Lapping probably closer to
he breaks early. Going into mine shaft, he breaks very early at the top of the hill there.
The car gets super unstable if you brake it late. So I think you're probably just trying to slow it fast down.
So if I don't burn the car by the first pit stop tomorrow, then we will have an hour.
You won't burn it because our race will be 2 hours old by then. If you.
Let's see the last corner.
Oh, did he go wide?
No, he was slow in middle sector though.
40.4.
P2.
Yeah.
0.6.
Nice.
Very good final sector. Purple final sector.
Good.
Leslie gave them beans there, boyki.
The Indian is on the road.
There's
The Indians on the road.
Dan's got money on this driver.
Fuck.
And all.
And all.
This is the masala cupcake car.
No, this is Durban market car, man.
Yeah, it's sponsored.
They go for a
Masala cupcake, man. Look.
Yeah, it's sponsored by mother-in-law Masala.
It's got masala on the bonnet and then it's got cupcake on the side.
Powered by Mahindra and all.
Oh, we're all going to hell.
No, but they said an African livery, not a Durban livery. Durban is
Easy. I'm
Durban
still.
is the capital city of India. It's not the same place.
Easy. I'm still streaming. Calm down.
For diversity, that's why.
I think Tariq to delivery.
Freak. Is he also supporting LBGTQ, whatever that thing is as well? Jeez, the color scheme as well.
Look, all those colors are the colors of custom cut. But then he tried to add some lines on the orange to give it an African vibe. But now it just looks like a masala cupcake.
Those are all the shades of rings thing that you get. Okay.
Like blue, blue is like totally mild.
Yeah.
What lines did he add? Was it like white? Sorry, guys.
No, Jordan's not racing. He's too busy fixing CDA setups.
Yeah, we've seen the Discord channel. They've opened up special chats.
Oh,
the 1.8 updates.
Yeah, those looks are working very hard for their $5 an hour.
Oh, he's wide.
Oh
dear.
Entry to there was a little bit slow.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Ow. Ensign and Patterson creamed him. That's what you get, GTWR.
Here comes the big boss.
I love it when that happens because they just have this.
Now let's just watch Esa cream him as well. And then,
You check it's that no more extreme setup thing that's hurting the GTWR boys.
Oh, that was a bit slidey.
Yeah, but it's his outlap though.
And this was probably also just looking for the grip as well.
Esa's gonna take it. 40.2, calling it.
Really?
I go 40.3.
I think
I was doing a 40.1 in practice, eh?
Yeah, I think 40.1. 40 flat or 40.1 is the time he'll do.
40.1.
I reckon he's the fastest in the
6
country.
beers. Oh, and wait a minute, my TTH coffee cup.
No, Jordan Sherritt would think otherwise.
I reckon overall he's quicker than Jordan. What do you think?
Neither of them are the fastest in ACC. Let's just
Put it that way,
confirm
yeah.
that. They are not
Yeah.
the fastest in ACC in the world. They are not.
No, they're not.
But who would you say is though? Because like I think that's like a difficult. Like, I mean, Rogers is really quick. Nils is very fast.
My top, my selections would be that Tobias Pfeffer,
Yeah, he's fast, man.
Amir Husseini,
Tinker
Yeah.
Velder.
I don't think I wouldn't say
Malinovsky. Malinovsky. What's that other guy?
Squirrely.
Baldwin was one of them, but
Siggy.
Fast is a faster guy.
Siggy, I think is up there.
Oh no.
Oh no, he's gone wide.
This is for pole position, folks. Zaire Issa
What's his
Come on,
name?
Goy, just
goes across the line.
Come on.
Issa does a
P2.
second.
But it's the same time. It's the same time.
Wow.
So we're talking thousands of a second.
Yes.
Okay, but what happens now? Do these guys go out for another lap then?
Nah, it's done. Or Leslie got it first.
Is that how it works? So whoever did the lap
I think
first.
they'll look in the qualifying who was the quickest, and that will be Paul.
That'll be Hester then.
Yeah, shootout is the best. Give these guys each another lap.
Yeah. Make it interesting. Come on.
Yeah, I reckon they should run again, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that comment of JC Grobler, but I can't find it now.
Well, what did he say?
Said something about, yeah, in his opinion, there's only 3 guys that's gonna do the Super Bowl.
And none of them actually made it.
That's what I wanted to double check now, but I can't find it.
Maybe it was deleted.
Guy's such a dick.
Yeah, he said, yeah, no, Tariq, and in his opinion, it's Tariq and like,
Tariq just got creamed.
Yeah,
He got creamed with masala. They
Just
literally
delivery.
rubbed the masala on his anus.
Yeah, I think his all was a bit hot. That's why he couldn't sit down properly. He was like twitchy in the car. Sting through the S's.
Gentlemen, and I'm going to say goodbye. Have a
Lekker.
good evening.
And you do.
Tomorrow. Eh?
Lekker.
Cheers. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.